How we doing, folks? It's Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas. How we doing this morning? Everybody's doing well. Top of the morning to you. It's Kelley. We're here to talk about, as you know, all things type 2 diabetes, all things insulin resistance, all things high blood sugar. Yeah, that's what we talk about. We talk about how to get you off of that blood sugar roller coaster, that glucose roller coaster, where it's the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows. We're going to talk about how to get off of that today. If you've been on that roller coaster for many, many years, and you know the roller coaster, like I said, what I'm talking about, the highs and the lows and all that stuff, I'm going to show you how to get out of that. I'm going to show you how to get off that roller coaster. So that's your last stop. Like, skirt, no more roller coasters for me. No more highs, no more lows. We're just going to have you nice, smooth baseline, right? A nice, flat glucose curve. Blood sugar, steady. That's what I'm going to show you how to do today. Now, is it possible? Is it possible to, a lot of people say, hey, well, once you get type 2 diabetes or once you have high blood sugar, once you're on that blood sugar roller coaster, that you're going to be on that blood sugar roller coaster for the rest of your life. Like, is that true? Do you have to be on the roller coaster for the rest of your life? Or can you actually get off of the blood sugar roller coaster? Like I said, man, roller coasters are for amusement parks, not for your blood sugar, folks. Okay? Not for your blood sugar. Join the 14-day challenge today. That's what it says. But anyhow, back to it. We're going to talk about prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, anybody that you know that is struggling with PCOS, gestational diabetes, ED, erectile dysfunction. This is all related to insulin resistance. We're going to find out who's the enemy. Who's the enemy that we're fighting? The enemy is insulin resistance, folks. So we're going to break down some myths today. We're going to break down some, we're here until noon. We normally here until noon Eastern time. So we'll be here for a while. So we're going to find out, number one, what is insulin resistance? And then once you become insulin resistant, so once you become a type 2 diabetic, how do you fix it? Like, what is the work that you have to do to overcome this condition? Because listen, I'm going to tell you the truth. You can overcome this condition. It is diabetes, type 2 diabetes, and becoming insulin resistant is probably one of the easiest conditions that you can get. Why do I say that? I say that because I know that. Because I had diabetes, I had heart disease, and I was obese. All I did to get diabetes, this was all I did, type 2 diabetes. I just ate whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, however I wanted, lived my life the way I wanted to live it. And then as a result, when I turned 40 years old, I was diagnosed as having diabetes and heart disease and being obese. So I know a thing or two about this condition. I know if this thing is reversible or not. How do I know that? Because like I said, I had the condition. So I don't have it anymore. Like my blood sugar is super, super normal. I got off of the blood sugar roller coaster and got my life back. So that's what's going to happen to you, folks. You stick around with me for a while, you hang out with me, and you start implementing some of this stuff that I talk about, and you're going to notice that your life, your blood sugar will start to change. Thank you, TikTok Pam. Your blood sugar, your life, everything will start to change if you start to put in the work. Because here's the thing. Knowledge, I can give you a bunch of knowledge. Like I'm going to give you a bunch of knowledge today, folks. But knowledge without action is just entertainment. And I'm not up here to entertain you, folks. I'm here to help you get yourself off of this blood sugar roller coaster. That's my job, is to show you the way. But then your job is to take it and run with it. Take the information and run with it and use it and just become as insulin sensitive as you want. Why is it so important to become insulin sensitive? Well, you want to be insulin sensitive. Here's why. Because then you can have your life back. Okay? Because insulin resistance is the cause of all the other conditions. It's heart disease, erectile dysfunction, PCOS, all these things are related to inflammation. Like all of these things are related to, if you trace it all the way back, it's back to insulin resistance. Everything. It's like the king of kings. So you fix the insulin resistance in your body, folks, and you fix everything else. You're gonna be like, oh, it's like the sea just parted. Like, oh, everything is back into place. All the other conditions, boom, fixing themselves. All why? Because you fixed insulin. So that's what you got to do. And then that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. Like I said, if you're just joining us, folks, my name's Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas. Been in Houston now 11 years, 14 years in Texas all together. Do me a favor, folks. Tap in with me and let me know where you are from. What city are you from? What country are you from? What state you're from, man? Shout out to you. Shout out. I want to shout out your city. I want to shout out your country. I want to shout out your state. And also, do me a favor. Bebop that screen. Double tap that screen. If you're just joining us, double tap that screen and then share this live out with anybody that you know that is struggling with this condition, struggling with insulin resistance, high blood sugars, all of that. New Orleans, shout out to New Orleans. New York City, Jamaica, shout out to from Jamaica. Okay, New York City from Jamaica. Shout out to you. Anywhere else? But yeah, folks, yeah. Share this live out. Anybody that you know that is struggling with these chronic health conditions, like I said before, diabetes, type 2 diabetes, erectile dysfunction, pre-diabetes, anything related to insulin resistance, share this live over there with them, folks. So like I was saying, how do I know that this condition is reversible? Well, I know it's reversible because I did it myself. And if I did it, and you did it, you can do it as well. So we're going to go ahead and get into it today, folks. Number one thing to do is to put the word A1C in the chat. Throw the word A1C in the chat. We're going to talk about what is it first, and then how to fix it. So here's in a nutshell how you fix it. In a nutshell, here's how you fix insulin resistance. Here's how you fix all of that stuff. They're like the easiest way I can say it. The easiest way I can say it is it's got to be lifestyle first, medication second. Lifestyle first, medication second. If we cannot fix it with the diet and lifestyle first, okay, then we can talk about the medication. But it should always be lifestyle first. In these specific areas, having a peaceful mind, having an active body, clean eating, and effective sleep. These are the 4 areas. There's a 5th area as well. I mean, honorable mention, but these are the areas: stress management, activity, eating, sleeping. That is how you get yourself off of the blood sugar roller coaster. That is how you get your life back. Yes, folks, type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance is very, 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 very reversible condition. It's probably the most reversible condition that there is. But it's a lifestyle condition, folks. I just want y'all to understand that type 2 diabetes is a lifestyle condition. Diet and lifestyle. So if you just trace it all the way back, you trace it back to the beginning, like what were you doing? What were you doing in your 20s? Okay. Well, what kind of lifestyle were you doing? Were you eating, drinking, partying, all of that stuff? Okay. So you can do that in your 20s. You can pretty much eat whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want in your 20s. Then you get to be in your 30s and you start to notice like, whoa, I'm on the wrong side of 30. I can't be hanging out like that anymore. I can't be going all to the club, to the nightclub. I'm 35 years old. Like, I ain't going to the club all the time. Hanging out, partying every weekend. I'm not doing that anymore. 35. Start to slow down a little bit. But you're still, living a certain lifestyle. Not managing your stress. Stress maybe start getting real bad at that point. You start becoming more of a couch potato the older we get. Eating starts to really go out the window because life starts to get busy. And then sleep, maybe you're not sleeping as well when you start getting a little bit older. So you start doing that. So that was your 20s and then your 30s. And then what happened to me? It was like literally the day that I turned 40 years old. The day that I turned 40? Who can remember the day that they turned 40? Or the year that they turned 40? Who can remember that? Put a me in the chat when you turned 40. You want to know what happened to me when I turned 40? All of that stuff in my 20s and 30s caught up to me. And I go to the doctor when I'm like, I think it was 41. Diabetes, heart disease, obesity. When I turned 40. So all of that stuff caught up to me. All that stuff in my lifestyle caught up to me. It wasn't, the doctor did prescribe me metformin and Lipitor. Metformin and Lipitor, but it wasn't the metformin and Lipitor that caused me to become a diabetic. It wasn't the metformin and the Lipitor that caused me to have heart disease. Oh, it was my lifestyle that I was living that led up to it. Yeah, that caught up to me. Being a couch potato caught up to me. Being all of this stuff caught up to me. So that's where it comes from, folks. That's where type 2 diabetes comes from. That's where insulin resistance comes from. It is a lifestyle-driven condition. Now I don't have the condition anymore. No more. Look. No more. Look. This is it. This is the condition. Diabetes, heart disease, obesity. All in. Look, that's right there. That was it. 2 weeks after I took this picture, got diagnosed with all those chronic health conditions. Diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. Who would have thought it? All right, who would have thought it? But a year later, no more diabetes, no more heart disease, no more obesity. A year later, folks. So that's what I'm going to teach you today. So do me a favor, folks. Put the word A1C in the chat. And we're getting ready to talk about all things A1C. We're gonna start finding out, okay, what is it? And then I'm gonna tell you how to fix it. So it's a two-part thing, folks. Two-part philosophy. Also, click that link in my bio, folks. There's a lot of goodies in my bio. Go take the quiz, go register for the masterclass. And for my folks who are ready for serious change, 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. So click that link in my bio. It's a lot of goodies there as well. But do me a favor, throw the words A1C in the chat. We're getting ready to get into it. Good morning. What's up, Bridget? You were looking like an NBA coach. Yeah. I do referee basketball. I am a basketball ref. The season's getting ready to start. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So is the challenge free? So the quiz is free. The master class is free. It's a 45-minute. It's a free quiz. It's a free master class. But the challenge is the only thing that I got to charge you for is because it's real people getting real results in the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It's not, if you want to use that, if you want to join that challenge, use the discount code SAVE20. We're going to talk more about the challenge, but the live discount code is SAVE20. It's not expensive to join the challenge. It's very, very, very reasonable, but it's real people getting real results in this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. More information. You want to know more about it? You want to click that link in my description. Go check it out. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. But yeah. All right. A1C. Throw me A1C in the chat, folks. A1C. Let's talk all things A1C. Bridget, how's it going? You're on day like what? Day 6, day 7? How's everything going on that 14-day challenge? How's it going? Bridges on the challenge. 14 days. We're getting ready to talk about all things A1C. I'm lifting my board up now, folks. A1C, here we go. Raising my cameras, here we go. Day 6 for me. All right, how's it going? Day 6 on the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Yeah. Day 6, feeling good, lost 2 pounds, full of energy. Okay, fantastic. I love it. I love it. Keep going. Keep going. All right, here we go, folks. How do you get yourself off of what is the blood sugar roller coaster? First of all, what is hemoglobin A1C? Like, what is insulin? What is all of that stuff? Like I said, folks, if you're just joining us, my name is Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas. We talk about all things prediabetes, gestational diabetes, insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, erectile dysfunction. We talk about all of that. Hemoglobin A1C. Let's start from the beginning. Let's find out what it is. Who are we fighting, folks? And why is the hemoglobin A1C so important? Who's ever gone to the doctor? Raise your hand and put me in the chat. If you've ever gone to the doctor and they may say, hey, listen, you're anemic, you've got low iron, you've got all of that stuff. All right? You've got anemia, you've got low iron. Put a me in the chat if you've ever experienced that before, folks. Let's find out. Anybody? Okay, nobody. Well, anyhow, let's find out what this is. The word hemo means iron and oxygen. That's what the word hemo means. Iron and oxygen. Rich blood needs to go through every cell of your body. Iron and oxygen rich blood. You're like, well, what does that mean, Kelley? Well, every time you breathe in and out, that's oxygen rich blood. Basically, it's the breath that you breathe. The life that you breathe, oxygen rich blood, folks, needs to go to every cell of your body. Carried through a protein. So that is what the word globin means. Globin means protein, like your whole body is made up of proteins. So iron and oxygen rich blood needs to flow through every cell of your body through this protein. Okay, so very important stuff, hemoglobin. It's so important, folks, that here's how important it is. See how long you can hold your breath. You ever see how long you can hold your breath? My guess is it's not very long. It's not very long that you can hold your breath, can you? Why? It's because you don't have enough oxygen-rich blood. Maybe like 30 seconds, 45 seconds. You don't have enough oxygen-rich blood flowing through your cells. The word A1C is how much sugar has been stuck to your hemoglobin over the past 3 months. Right? Over the past 3 months, how much how much sugar has been stuck to your hemoglobin or your oxygen-rich blood cells over the past 3 months? And as a percent. And that percent can go anywhere between 4 and 30. Sometimes lower, sometimes higher. It just depends on how bad it is or how low it is, how high it is. Do me a favor, folks. If you're comfortable with it, put the words, if you're comfortable with it, put your A1C in the chat. If you're comfortable with it, put your A1C in the chat. Remember like I said, throw it in the chat. But back to it again. Hemoglobin, it's literally the life that you breathe. The stuff's so important, folks, that if you don't have enough of it, the doctors will give you a blood transfusion. This is what hemoglobin is. All right, 6, 7.6, a 6.0, 5.7, a 14, Okay, 5.7. All right. Those numbers that y'all are calling out is a percent. It is a percent of sugar that has been stuck to your hemoglobin over the past 3 months. It's a percent. So let's dig into that percent a little bit. 5.7 through 6.4. Who can tell me what it means when you go to the doctor, folks? 5.7, 6.4. Who can tell me what that means when your A1C, you come in, you get your report, you get your doctor's report, and it's your A1C is a 5.8, let's say. Y'all calling out some numbers. Let's just 5.8. Like, what does that mean? Okay, pre-diabetic, normal range. Okay, normal range. A lot of people say that that's the normal range. Okay. 5.7, 6.4. What does it mean? Okay. Pre-diabetes. It means that you are, let's find out what it means to be a pre-diabetic. Like pre-diabetes, I know you put that in there. Who can tell me what does it mean? What is the most important hormone in the body? You know what the most important hormone is in the body? Is it estrogen? Is it testosterone? Is it insulin? Is it cortisol? Is it glucagon? Is it dopamine? That's a good one. Serotonin? That's a good one. Which one is the most important though? What do we think? Like the most, like the creme de la creme, like the king of kings. This is the hormone that, it's the top dog. Okay, somebody said insulin. DEA, you know what I'm saying? Cortisol, okay. Some people even say vitamin D3. That's actually a hormone as well. So these are all important hormones that y'all are calling out, folks. Cortisol, that's an important one. But the most important one is this little one called insulin. Insulin is the most important hormone in your body. So how do I know it's the most important hormone in the body? If you ask a type 1 diabetic, how long can they go without their insulin? And the answer is going to be not for very long, because that's what it means to be insulin dependent. That's what it means. It means that you depend on insulin. Why do you depend on insulin? It's because your body doesn't make it or cannot make it anymore. So therefore, you have to use it from an outside source, aka a pen or a pump. That's what you have to use, because you're dependent on insulin for survival. Because that's how important the stuff is. If you do not have it, you will not survive. Now, here's the thing about those other hormones that y'all called out. Those are all important hormones. Like cortisol, all those are important. But you can live without all those other hormones. Your quality of life is going to suck, but you still be around. But if you don't have insulin coursing through your veins, you won't be around. So that is how important it is. So pre-diabetes means that you are becoming resistant to the most important hormone in the entire body. Now, I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound like a good thing. Okay, let's up the ante. So that's what it means to be a pre-diabetic. It means that you're becoming resistant to the most important hormone in the body. It means that you're already insulin resistant. It means that it just hasn't gotten bad yet. That's all that it means to be a pre-diabetic. What does it mean when your A1C starts climbing? You start getting into the higher range of 6.5, like mine got to a 6.5. What does it mean then? You start getting into the 7s. Y'all named out some percentages. The 8s, the 9s, the 10s, the 11s, 12s, 13s, 14s, 15s. Like, what does it mean at that point when you go and you get your diagnosis? What's the diagnosis going to be then, folks? 6.5 or higher, like mine was. Like I showed you the pictures when I was really struggling with my weight, when I had heart disease, when I had diabetes. Yeah. Okay. Diabetic. That's what it means. But what the hell does that mean to have diabetes? Diabetes means this. Diabetes, folks, just going to keep it real with you. Like I said, I'm going to tell you what it is first, and then we're going to talk about next the solution. Like, how do you bring your A1C down? How do you get off the blood sugar roller coaster? But here's the thing. Here's what diabetes is. It is the most destructive condition that there is. Why? It's because insulin is the most important hormone in the body. To be diabetic, to be type 2 diabetic, it means that you are insulin resistant. And the higher the number is, the higher your A1C is, the more resistant you are becoming to the most important hormone in the body, insulin. What does insulin do? Insulin is like the gatekeeper for energy. It's basically it's in control of your energy. From the food that you eat, it's responsible for opening up the cells so that the energy from the food that you just ate can get into your cells so that you can move around and have energy like this. That's the point of energy. I mean, that's the point of insulin. That's why it's so important. It's why if you're insulin resistant, it's why you're always tired. If you're insulin resistant, it's why you're always hungry. If you're insulin resistant, it's why you always got sugar cravings. Why do you have all these sugar cravings and tiredness and all that stuff? Oh, yeah, it's because your body cannot process the energy correctly. So you're always tired. So you're like, my energy's low. You're always hungry. You're hungry because your body's like, give me energy. We can't get the energy in. Give us more energy. So it's why you're hungry. And it's like when you get the sugar cravings, that's really your body's way of saying, give me energy, give me quick energy. Your body knows that you can get quick energy from sugar. So it's why you crave sugar, because you want quick energy. The body wants that. So that's what it means to be insulin resistant, folks. It means that your energy source is just jacked up. And the higher the number is, the more sugar you have that is stuck to your hemoglobin. Remember what we said hemoglobin was? You want to know what kind of sugar too? Like, what kind of sugar are you talking about? Just think about a Jolly Rancher. You got a Jolly Rancher in your mouth and you eat some Jolly Rancher and you take it out and it gets all over your fingers and it gets all sticky and nasty and yucky and ugh. That, folks, is the feeling that I'm talking about. That sticky feeling, that is the same sticky feeling that is happening to your hemoglobin. Remember what we said hemoglobin was? Hemoglobin is the life that you breathe. Without it, you will not survive either. Without insulin, you won't survive. Without hemoglobin, if your hemoglobin gets suffocated, aka you run out of oxygen, then you're that's it. It's game over. So having a high hemoglobin A1C means that you got all of that sticky stuff literally choking the life out of you. That's literally what the sugar is doing. High blood sugar is literally choking the life out of you. It's why people leave here 20 years too soon, 15, 20 years too soon. They pass away at an early age due to complications from diabetes. What is diabetes? This is diabetes, folks. This is a serious condition. It is a condition that you should not take lightly. High hemoglobin A1C means that you're aging a lot faster than what you should. It means if you're 50 years old, you may have the body of your body may be operating like a 70-year-old. Why? Because you can't get energy, you can't feel good, none of that stuff. It's all because it's being blocked by insulin. Insulin resistant. Folks, insulin resistance, be a type 2 diabetic, means that you've got too much insulin. A lot of people are under the misconception that if you're a type 2 diabetic, that means that you've got a little bit you don't have enough insulin, so therefore that's why you have to use more insulin, right? Because you don't have enough. No. That's type 1 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes says that you don't have enough or any at all. So therefore, we have to be insulin dependent. Type 2 diabetes is totally different in this aspect. If you've got too much of something, that means that you got to reduce it. It's kind of like someone who has just been sunburned. If I was just sunburned, would you be a pal and tell me to go back out into the sun? Like, hey, you just got sunburned. Go back into the sun. No. If you're insulin resistant, you cannot. You got too much insulin, so you got to do the opposite. You got to have too little. I mean, you've got to have the right amount of insulin. You got to reduce the amount of insulin. Just like someone who's an alcoholic, someone who has a problem with alcohol, would the solution be to give them more alcohol? No, they've had too much alcohol already. So therefore, we got to reduce the amount of alcohol to bring your tolerance down, right? It's the same thing when it comes to insulin. To get your insulin back, folks, to get your body sensitive again to insulin, wanting insulin instead of resisting it, being sensitive to it instead of resisting it, you've got to reduce it. You've got to lay off of it for a while. Is that concept making sense to y'all folks? To compare someone who drinks alcohol to an alcoholic, and if they've got too much alcohol, they've had too much alcohol. The fix is not to give them more alcohol. It will be to lay off it for a while so your tolerance can go down. Same thing with diabetes, folks. If you've got too much insulin resistance, lay off of it. The stuff that's causing your insulin, too much insulin, lay off of it for a while. And guess what? You will become sensitive to insulin once again, folks. And this is how you do it. This is making sense to y'all, folks. Hope this is making sense to y'all, folks. But here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you that if you do not get this number correct, if you do not bring the number down to the ideal range, which everybody has the ability to do, to get their number to a 5.3, you are subtracting years from your life. You're subtracting a lot of years from your life, like 20 years. I told you, my sister passed away at the age of 55 years old, just 2 years ago, from complications of diabetes. Type 2 diabetes she had for like 20 years. So if this is making sense to y'all, folks, on what it means to have a high hemoglobin A1C, or what a hemoglobin A1C is, put a health yes in the chat. Health yes. Throw it in the chat, folks. If you understand now what a hemoglobin A1C is, yes, it can be fixed. You can fix this number. You can bring it down. But I want to make sure that y'all understand what it means to have a high hemoglobin A1C, or what a hemoglobin A1C is, and what diabetes is, folks. Type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance. Put a health yes in the chat if it's making sense to you. Yeah, health yes. Health yes. Appreciate the follow. Put a health yes in the chat. This is making sense. Okay, a couple folks is making sense too. Health yes. Okay, there we go. We got some health yeses in there. Health yes. Yeah. This is making sense. What it means to have a high hemoglobin A1C. What it means to be a diabetic. So my target is a 5.2. Yeah, 5.2, 5.3. That's a good area. That's a good place to start. That's a fantastic place to start. Here we go, folks. If you want to know more about this, health yes. A lot of people putting health yes in the chat. Okay, shout out to you. I see you putting health yes in the chat. Here it is. You can do something about this, folks. you can do something about this hemoglobin, having a high hemoglobin A1C. Very first thing to do is to go and register and take the quiz. Here's the quiz right here. Click that link in my description and go take the quiz right here. It is a 2-minute quiz that you can take to understand and learn your diabetes management style. Like, have you been doing a great job managing this number? Have you been doing an okay job managing it? Or have you just been been bad? Okay? This is what this quiz is going to tell you. This quiz is going to either reveal you or it's going to expose you. Right? It's going to either reveal you or expose you, but in a good way. There's the quiz right here. That's why a lot of people won't take this quiz. They're like, Kelley, I ain't taking that quiz. I don't want to know how I've been managing this thing. It's all about the truth, though. And then here it is. This link, folks, is like Disney World. Here it is, the lifestyle medicine formula, which we're getting ready to go over right now. How do we get our number back to the ideal range? I told you what it was. Now, what is the work that you're going to have to do? Here is the work right here. It's a free masterclass. Go register for the masterclass right here. It's a free masterclass that you can register for. But for my folks who are ready for real change, for my folks who said that they've gotten to the point where, listen, where they've had enough of their blood sugar rising or while their hope is falling. They've had enough of that. If that's you, then you should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you've had enough of watching your blood sugar rise, folks, while your hope is just falling, you join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge right here. Here is the link. It is a blueprint that says if you follow this nutrition blueprint for 14 days, you will get amazing results and you'll get yourself off of this blood sugar roller coaster. How do I know about it? It's because I created it, right? It is a 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you want to join that challenge, use the discount code SAVE20. Everything's free on my page except for the challenge. The challenge is the only thing I got to charge you for because it's real people getting real results on this 14-day challenge. But in the meantime, folks, go register for that quiz and the masterclass. Go take the quiz. 2-minute quiz, folks. Now let's get to it. Let's find out how to fix this thing. I was able to bring my numbers down from 6 to 6.7 using Ozempic. Okay. So 6.1 is a bit higher, real high. How do you get to the link? You get to the link right here. Get to the link right here. Click right here. Click on my picture again. So you got to click on my picture again, right? So once you click up here, you got to click on it again. It's going to be right there. And then you're going to come and you hit right there. There it is. Get to the link. There's all the goodies there. The quiz, masterclass, 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. The challenge, like I said, is for folks who are ready for serious change. But there's a lot of freebies as well. Folks, this link is like Disney World. It is like Disney World for someone who is suffering from insulin resistance, diabetes. All right, we'll get to that. We'll get back to that in a second. But now let's get into how to fix this thing. Any questions y'all got so far on what diabetes is? Does it make sense? Okay, now let's talk about how to fix this thing. Who, folks, would love to get their number to a 5.3? If you would love to get your number to a 5.3, put a me in the chat. How long have you been, first of all, put in the chat if you're comfortable with it. If you're new here, how long have you been dealing with diabetes and type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, whatever? If you would love to get your number to a 5.3, throw all of that in the chat. How long have you been dealing with the condition? You'd love to get your number back here to a 5.3. All right. And yeah, let's see. Me, 5 years, 2 years, and me 5 years with your two, my number is an 8.5. Okay. Got it. 24 years, started at 23, now solid 6.1. Are you type 1 diabetic? You started at 23. I'm sitting in at 12 and a half. Or yeah, how long have you been dealing with diabetes though? That's the question. How long have you been dealing with all this stuff? That's the question. And if you would love to get your number to a 5.3. Yeah, okay. 10 years. 10 years. 3 years. Okay. Yes, please. All right, here we go. This, folks, is how you do it. This is how I did it. I showed you my pictures, right? Diabetes, heart disease, obesity, all of that stuff. I didn't deal with it for long because as soon as I went to the doctor and found out that I had diabetes, type 2 diabetes and heart disease and all that stuff, like I went on a mission like right then and there. Like I didn't even let it settle in. I just went crazy with it right then and there. But some people have been dealing with it for like 10 years, 15 years, or 20 years, a lot of years. But here's the thing. There is a way out of it. Now, this is the only meds that you have to prescribe to yourself. I can't prescribe you these medications. Your doctor can't prescribe you these medications. Your parents, your in-laws, your kids, your spouse, nobody can prescribe you these medications except for you. It's the most neglected form of healing that there is. But it's the most powerful form of healing that there is. Here's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to maintain your pace. Like I said, the medication that you got to prescribe to yourself. I can't prescribe this. Your doctor, nobody. Only person is you, folks. Lifestyle first, medication second. That's what it's called, lifestyle medicine. Like I said, I know a lot of people have been dealing with this condition for many years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. It's time to put that to an end, folks, because you've been dealing with it for long enough. This is a lifestyle-driven condition. So if it was caused by your diet and lifestyle, it's going to have to be your diet and lifestyle that's going to get you out of it. Same way that got me out of it. A lot of people try to avoid it, okay? You cannot avoid it. You cannot. You have to face it head on. You have to know the enemy that you're fighting. That's why we went over what we were going to do. I mean, what it was. Now that we know who we're fighting, now we got to know the strategy to defeat it. To bring your number back to the ideal range, you're going to have to prescribe yourself this. The first part of the formula, the lifestyle medicine formula, is having a peaceful mind. Having a peaceful mind is the first part of the lifestyle medicine formula, folks. Stress. This is it, folks. You can take, I'm going to tell you, you can take medication until you're blue in the face, just like this pen. And a lot of people will say they've been dealing with this condition for a lot of years. And has anything changed? Well, if anything has changed in the last, put it in the chat, folks, if you're comfortable with it. For however long you've been taking your medication, all of these meds and all this stuff, has anything changed, significantly? I can probably tell you the only thing that's probably changed is your prescription, just like it was going to be for me. But a peaceful mind, here's the prescription. Stress is a major setback. It will set back everything. So if you could be exercising, you could be working out, you could be eating right, you can be doing all this stuff. But if you're stressed, it will destroy the whole thing, because stress is the great equalizer. Cortisol is the great equalizer. Remember we talked about those important hormones? Cortisol is one of them. So when you're stressed, your body will release cortisol. Your body will release adrenaline. Your body will release stored blood sugar. And your body will release, where blood sugar goes, insulin follows. Remember that saying, folks. Where blood sugar goes, insulin follows. Stress. Got to get it under control. Who's getting on your nerves? Is your mother-in-law getting on your nerves? Or your in-laws getting on your nerves? Is your kids getting on your nerves? Your job? Your spouse? Who's the traffic? Who's getting on your nerves? Stress, I'm telling you. It will cancel out everything. So we got to have a prescription for it. What is the prescription to fight back against stress? And here it is. It's called the 3 M's, folks. Meditation, mindfulness, meet with your therapist. Meditation, mindfulness, meet with your therapist, folks. Those are the 3 M's. Spouse sometimes, okay? I get it. But we got to figure out a way. We got to sit down and we got to have our woosha time. Stress management. That's the first part of the lifestyle medicine formula, to get your number back to the ideal range. The only way, folks, you can take all the meds I'm telling you that you want, but it ain't going to be a damn thing if you're not if you're not maintaining your pace, having an active body. Now, this part of the prescription is, this part of the prescription, a lot of people do not like this part of the prescription. Why? It's because you got to get out there and move your body. Human beings were designed to move, folks. We're designed to be active. There was no Netflix when human beings were created. Okay? No Netflix. What's the prescription in active body? It's 30 minutes a day, folks. 5 days a week of moderate intensive movement. That's the prescription. Write it down. There's a prescription in each of these areas to get your number back to a 5.3. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week of moderate intensive movement. You're like, well, why? What is moderate intensive movement, Kelley? Well, it's kind of like that little gray area, the gray area between talking and singing. The gray area between talking and singing. So if you're on a treadmill, you should be able to talk, but you should not be able to sing. If you're on a treadmill and you can sing, then that's a problem, folks. We should not be singing on the treadmill. All right, here we go. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week of moderate intensive movement. You do that 5 days a week, you still get weekends off, okay? You still get weekends off. You do that 5 days a week. And did you know that people who are more active tend to live longer? People who are active tend to live longer, especially if you're suffering from high blood sugar. If you have high blood sugar, you should be moving all of the time. Why? Because muscles are hungry. Muscles are hungry for the same stuff that we've got too much of. Blood sugar. So that's why it's so important to have an active body, folks. Especially if you're suffering from high blood sugar. The C, now this part of the formula, folks, is probably the most highly debated part of the formula, and it is clean eating. Let me pull that up a little bit higher. It's called clean eating. Clean eating. Put that up a little better. Let's see if that's better. Okay, clean eating. That's a little bit better. What is clean eating? Oh yeah, only the most controversial topic that there is, clean eating. You're like, why is clean eating so controversial? Well, it's controversial because everybody loves to eat what they love to eat. It's personal. Eating is personal. It's been personal since we were kids. If you grew up eating this or if you grew up eating that, yeah, super, super personal. But clean eating, here's the thing. It's like politics and religion and all of the highly debated topics, because there's so many different points of views. You wouldn't think that nutrition was one of them. I didn't know this until I became a nutritionist, folks, that nutrition is super highly debated. So let's just keep it simple. Here's what I say. Eat real, whole, unprocessed foods. real, whole, unprocessed foods as much as you possibly can. Predominantly real, whole, unprocessed foods, folks. Something that came from a branch, something that was grown, something that maybe once had dirt on it. And leaner sources of protein. So whatever protein source you choose, like I said, I don't tell people what to eat anymore because this is a highly debated topic. Like people will bite your head off on what they eat. Don't do it. It's a highly debated topic. So the protein, so it's leaner sources: chicken, turkey, steak, eggs, fish, tofu, tempeh. These are the leaner sources of protein. Now, ones that I'm not talking about are things like deli meats. You don't want to do deli meats and pepperonis and hot dogs and even bacon, folks. Bacon is not clean eating. Dairy, milk, cheese is not clean eating, folks. That's not a healthy fat. Okay? Let's just keep it super, super clear. Okay? Especially if you're suffering from insulin resistance. You don't want to do dairy. We'll come back to clean eating, but it's a highly debated topic. Here's the thing here's what I will say about clean eating. Like, if you don't remember anything that I tell you from this live, folks, you don't remember anything. Just remember this. Just remember this. This will change your whole life. Tell me. When the diet is wrong, medication is of no use. But when the diet is correct, medication is of no need. I'm going to say that one again. One more time to tell you so it sticks, because it's the most important part of this whole live that I'm about to tell you. I'm going to be on here until noon Eastern. But for this whole live, this is probably the most important thing that I'll say. I say a lot of important things, but I'm going to say that one more time. Most important thing. When the diet is wrong, medication is of no use. But when the diet is correct, medication is of no need. The E stands for effective. Effective what, folks? Last part of the lifestyle medicine formula. Ooh. Effective sleep. Bet you didn't see that one coming. People are like, well, what does sleep have to do with anything, Kelley? What does sleep have to do with me getting my A1C to a 5.3? What does sleep have to do with it? Well, sleep has a whole lot to do with everything. Because sleep, 6 to 9 hours of effective sleep is the prescription. I told you I'm going to give you a prescription in each of the areas of maintaining your pace. The prescription in sleep is this: 6 to 9 hours of effective sleep. Why do you need that? Because it's when your body recovers. It's when your body restores itself. It's when your body regenerates. It's when at nighttime, guess what organ needs the most blood? Can you guess which organ needs the most blood at nighttime? Which one is it? Is it a heart, your liver? Is it your kidneys? Like, which one needs the most blood at night? When you sleep. It's like an energy hog. It's an energy hog. What do we think? All right. All right, no guesses. But all right, it's the brain. It's the brain, folks, that needs the most blood at night. It's like an energy hog at nighttime. just soaking up all of the blood. So all your memories and everything, it's just resetting everything, and it's just like, imagine your brain at nighttime. Well, it's just going bananas. You know, when your eyes start going like REM, they call it rapid eye movement and all that stuff. That's all. Your brain is going like soaking up all of the blood. It's an energy hound. And if you don't get enough effective sleep, you're throwing the whole process off. You're throwing how your body recovers. You're storing if your brain is going to have your alertness. Your hormones are reset at nighttime when you sleep. So if you're not getting enough effective sleep, your hormones are not reset. And so you're waking up all groggy and you're hungry. You ever notice the next day you wake up hungry? Poor night of sleep, you wake up hungry. Next day, you just want to raid the fridge. So effective sleep, very, very, very important. And get your number to a 5.3. Like why? But he was like, but you're still like, well, how does that affect my A1C, Kelley? How does that affect my blood sugar? How does that affect me getting off the blood sugar roller coaster? Well, it's like this. These things can cancel each other out. If you're not, let's just say someone comes to me and they say, Kelley, I want to lose, I'm trying to lose weight, man. I haven't been able to lose the weight. I haven't, but I've been working out. I've been eating. I've been working out. I've been doing my insanity workouts. I've been doing all of that, going to the gym. I've been clean eating, Kelley. I eat good. You know what I mean? I cut out this, nothing. Okay? But I still cannot lose the weight, man. Or my blood sugar is still not going down. Then I'm like, oh, okay, well, let's dig into it then. Tell me, how have you been sleeping? They'd be like, well, honestly, maybe start stuttering a little bit. Man, well, maybe. Okay, so let's not glaze over that. Sleep is a big part of the formula, okay? So let's fix that, because here's the thing. If you don't get enough sleep, here's what's going to happen. That's going to cause you to have stress. The lack of sleep is a stressor. So the very next day, you're going to be stressed. Very next day, your peaceful mind goes out the window. And then when you're stressed, what happens? Remember that? Cortisol, adrenaline, stored blood sugar gets released. Oh, yeah. And then finally, where blood sugar goes, insulin follows. Where blood sugar goes, insulin follows, folks. So you just cancel the whole thing out. You're working out, you're eating good, but it doesn't mean anything. You're just spinning your wheels because you're not getting any great sleep. So all that working out you're doing, all of that clean eating you're doing, it's all pretty much out the window. It's being all canceled out simply because of that area right there, which caused that area to go wacky, which in turn caused you to still have high blood sugar. And if you have high blood sugar, high levels of insulin, you cannot lose the weight, folks. That's why people aren't losing the weight. So once we get the sleep fixed, boom, the weight comes down, boom, they're at 5.3. They're getting their numbers close to that 5.3. But here's the last area, folks. Here's an honorable mention area. Here's an honorable mention area, and it's called substance abuse. Things like alcohol. Things like, so alcohol, folks, is not your friend. Cigarettes, folks, is not your friend. If you're suffering from insulin resistance, it is not your friend. Okay? I know it tastes great and it makes you feel good and all that stuff. And well, alcohol doesn't taste great. It's an acquired taste. First time you drink alcohol, you're probably like, this stuff is disgusting. Then you acquire the taste to it, as we all do. But I don't drink alcohol anymore because I know what it does to the body, especially if you're insulin resistant, like I was. If you're insulin resistant, like I was, which a lot of people are insulin resistant who are on this live right now. If you're insulin resistant, like I was, alcohol is not your friend. So that's it, folks. This is the areas. This is how you get your number to a 5.3. This is making sense to y'all, folks. Put a health yes in the chat. If it's making sense to you now on what the formula is, what the medication is that you've got to prescribe to yourself, put a health to get your number, because everybody said that they wanted their number back to a 5.3. The prescription that you got to write for yourself. This is it. It's called the Lifestyle Medicine Formula. It's called the Freedom Formula. And you got to maintain your pace every single day. You fall off the trail, you fall off a little bit, you got to get right back on. You got to maintain your pace. That's the only way out of it, man. I'm telling you, you can try to do all these different things. You can try to take all the meds and all that stuff, but like you can do that. You can try, seriously. You can try to dance around it. Okay? You can try to dance around doing the work. This is the work. So no matter how much you try to dodge it, you can try to dodge it for 10 years. You can try to dodge it for 20 years. You can try to dodge it for as long as you possibly can. But here's the thing. I'm going to tell you this. You can do that. But what stands in the way becomes the way. What stands in the way becomes the way. People are always asking me, Kelley, is there a pill that I can take? Is there anything that I can do? Is there a shortcut that I can take? Kelley, give me the shortcut, man. Give me the shortcut to getting my number to a 5.3, man. Okay. I got one for you. And it's called the ultimate shortcut. It's called to show up, do the work, do it again tomorrow. Okay? That's the only shortcut. Show up, do the work. This is the work. What work? You're like, well, be clear, Kelley. What work? This work. Show up, do the work, and you do it again tomorrow. That's it. That's it. That is how you bring your A1C down to the normal range, folks. And everybody has the ability to do this. Everybody does. Everybody has the ability to do this. Check it out. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you my picture, right? I showed you before. I'm going to show you again. Everybody has the ability to do this. Look at this. This is called diabetes, heart disease, obesity. 2 weeks after I took this picture, I got my diagnosis. Do you think I'd be smiling like that had I known that I was a diabetic and had heart disease and was obese? I kind of knew that my weight was getting out of control. That's why my hands were there, a little insecure. All right, look at my stomach though. This is the formula that I use. People are like, well, what did you take, man? Give me the specific medication that you took, Kelley. I want to know, damn it, Kelley. They're just like, Kelley, if you don't give me this medication, tell me the medication right now that you took to be able to lose all this freaking weight and reverse diabetes and reverse the heart disease. Tell me what you took. Okay. Tell you what I took. And it's this right here. That's what I took. That's what I took. So the doctor prescribed me a bunch of medications, metformins and all that stuff. And I said, you know what? I appreciate that very kind offer, doctor, but I think that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my health into my own hands. This is the result of me taking my health into my own hands. No more diabetes, no more heart disease, no more obesity. The question is, are you going to take your, and then my A1C went back to a 5.2, from a 6.5 to a 5.2. That's what my A1C did during this transformation. Now, it can happen for you a lot sooner than that, as far as your A1C is concerned. My A1C it was high, but it wasn't like crazy high. It was high. Brought it back to the normal range. Question is, or the thing is, everybody has the ability to do this. If you register, I want you to register for that masterclass. It's a free masterclass that you can register for, folks. If you click right here, click on my picture again, it'll take you to the masterclass. Everybody has the ability to do it, the exact same thing that I did. Everybody does. Here it is, right here. Here's the master class, right here. Right here. That's the master class. What's in the master class? Where I break down this lifestyle medicine formula. It's an absolutely free master class. All you got to do is pay attention. That's all you got to do. Pay attention in the master class, and I'm going to give you tactics in each of these areas. I'm going to give you that lifestyle medicine formula again so that it sticks, so that you realize that you cannot dance around the solution. It should be lifestyle first, medication second. If you can't fix it with the diet and lifestyle first, then okay, we can talk about the medication. But that's it. Lifestyle medicine formula, free right here. But here's the thing. Everybody has the ability to do this. I can prove it to you. Everybody has the ability to get off of that blood sugar roller coaster and get to a 5.3. You want to know how I know this? Put a me in the chat if you want to know how I know that everybody has the ability to get their number to a 5.3, but most people just don't have enough reasons. Like if you had enough reasons, you could do the most incredible things. If you had enough reasons. But most people don't have enough reasons. Can I take Metamucil in the morning? Why would you want to take Metamucil when you can take the real fiber, right? Real fiber is what we're going to talk about next. Real fiber. It's called the plants. Plants have the real fiber in it. Put a how in the chat. Mine is crazy high. A lot of years. Can I still help myself? Yes. I'm going to tell you how you can help yourself. Everybody has the ability to do this. Hey, 2P, everybody does. I don't care how long you've had this condition. I don't care if it's been 15 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever. There's been people who have joined the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge that have dropped their A1C by 2 points from an 8 to a 6. From an 8 to a 6 and gotten off their medication. The doctor took them off of their medication. From a 7.1 to a 5.7. Everybody has the ability to do this. You want to know how? A lot of people are asking how. Here's how. I know that everybody does. It's because let's do a little imaginary situation where it's a movie. Let's just say it's a movie. It's a horror movie. And in this movie, the bad guys came and they took your kids and they held your kids ransom. And they say, the bad guys call you up like, we've got your kids. We've held your kids ransom. And we'll say, and this is what the bad guys say. Here's why we're getting your kids back. Now, they'll say this. They'll preface it with this. There have been a lot of people who have gotten their A1C to a normal range. There's a lot of people. This is what the bad guys are saying. There's been a lot of people who have reversed diabetes naturally without the use of medication, just like Kelley did. There's a lot of people out there like this. We would like for you to be the next one. That's what the bad guy says. To get your kids back and for the ransom to get them back is for you to get your A1C to a 5.3, knowing that other people have already done it naturally. You have to be the next one to do that. And then they will give you your kids back. Who here would be able to do that very, very quickly to get their number to a 5.3, reverse the diabetes and get off all the meds and all that stuff very, very quickly if someone had hypothetically in a movie took their kids? Okay? Took your kids. How many people would do it? How many people would get it there? If you already know that other people have done it naturally. The bad guys say, that's the only way to get them back. How many people would do everything in their power to get their number to a 5.3? Me? Yeah. Not a lot of people, though. All right. That usually works, but all right. We got some work to do. But let's just say this then. That doesn't hit home for you. Everybody has the ability to do this. Most people just don't have enough reasons. If you've got enough reasons, you can do the most incredible things. I know for me, I had enough reasons to get my A1C to a 5.3. I had enough reasons. My mother had just passed away a couple of months prior from the same exact condition that I just got diagnosed with. You're ready to join that challenge. If you say, yeah, man, I'm ready. I know that people have done this. Like, I've been playing around for a little bit too long. I've ignored my health for long enough. So if you ignore your health, it will quietly walk away from you. If you ignore your health, it will quietly walk away from you. So let's get you back. Check it out. Right here. Click right here. Here's how you join. Here's how you join the 14-day challenge. Here's how you do all the good stuff. The quiz is right here. The masterclass is right here. It is a free masterclass right here. 45-minute masterclass. But for my 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, for my people who have said that they are ready for serious change, you've gotten to the point where you say, listen, I'm sick of the meds. If you're sick of the meds, my numbers are high and my sugars are I'm just never ending worry about this stuff all the time. If that's you, then reclaim your peace and join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If that's you, reclaim your peace. You know that you can do it. $99 to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. What is it? It is a blueprint. What do you get? Here's everything that you get. It is a blueprint. It's the same blueprint that everybody's been using. It's been over 300 people who have joined this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, have gotten amazing results. Like I said, we've taken someone's A1C from an 8 to a 6 in 14 days. The doctor took them off of their medication. This is the most amazing story. I always tell this story because it's the most amazing story I've ever heard. She came on the live and told the story. There have been people taking their A1C from a 7.1 to a 5.7 in 14 days. They've gotten themselves off of the blood sugar roller coaster. So if you're ready to get off of that blood sugar roller coaster, if you've been on that blood sugar roller coaster for many, many, many years, right, then it's time to go ahead and accept this challenge and join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It's designed to get you outside of your comfort zone. Because that's it. The comfort zone is where we reside. But nothing grows. Here's the thing. Nothing grows inside of our comfort zone except for regret. If you want to join that challenge, it's $99. But if you use the live discount code, SAVE20, SAVE20 is the live discount code to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Where, again, we are flipping the game, a nutrition blueprint. If you are ready to get off of that blood sugar roller coaster, if you are ready to get off of the endless pit of more and more medications, then this is going to be your move. If that's you, if you raise your hand and say, Kelley, I'm tired of this, bro. Like, I am ready for serious change. I've gotten to the point where change isn't just desired, it's downright necessary. Because years you haven't been paying attention to it. Now you say something sparks. Here's usually when human beings change. When we get into enough pain, that's when we'll change. 2 times that people will change: pain and the fear of future pain. If there's not any of those 2 events, man, we are gone. Like, pain, no. The pain, no. Okay? We don't want to do the pain. But if you've gotten in enough pain, then you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That's the call to action. Because here's the thing. Do not let your learning lead to knowledge. Like I told you, I'm going to teach you a whole bunch of stuff up here. We're going to talk about clean eating next. But don't let your learning lead to knowledge. You become a fool. But if you let your learning lead to action, then you can do anything that you want. If you let your learning lead to action. I'm ready. Yeah, if you're ready, let's do it. Use that discount code SAVE20. You join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge for $79. Life-changing stuff. Getting yourself off of the blood sugar roller coaster once and for all. My reason is to live longer. That's my reason. Okay. Reasons come first. Reasons come first. Answers come second. Like I said, if you've got enough reasons, most people just don't have enough reasons. If you do, you can do the most incredible things. If not, we'll just make up an excuse. We'll make up an excuse of why we can't do it. All right? If you're done making excuses and ready to make progress, then join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge and prove yourself right. That's what you're ready for. All right, folks, any questions? It's your Q&A time. Any questions on anything that we got to do on this, on the board up here? Any questions on anything? Okay. No questions about what we got to do, the work that we got to do. You show up, you do the work, you do it again tomorrow. That's the work that we got to do, folks. All right, well, let's shift gears a little bit then. Let's start talking about, if you were ready, Linda, then you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. You want to use that discount code, the live discount code, SAVE20. You'll save 20%. It's $99 to join the challenge. But if you use the discount code while I'm live, you join the challenge for $79. 20% off while I'm live. You join that challenge, your blood sugar will never look the same. How do I join the challenge? By clicking that link in my description right here. Click right up here. Click on my picture again for everybody who said that they're ready. If you're ready for change, so click right up here and then click on my picture again. Click right here. Boom. You're going to come to this link. Here it is right here. Click right here, the orange one. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. What you can expect, if you're ready, what you can expect that if you show up and do the work and you do it again the next day, day after day for 14 days, you will get yourself off of that blood sugar roller coaster. All right. Click the link right here. Over 300 people have joined, almost 300 people have joined this challenge. It's $99 you join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. But if you use the live discount code, SAVE20, as the live discount code, you use that, you join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, where your life will never be the same. Your blood sugar will never be the same for $79. It's been a lot of people who have, like I said, the doctor took them off their medication after 2 weeks. Most incredible story I've ever seen in my life. Heard of, seen. She came on and told her story. It was a couple of weeks ago. I still dream about that story. But there's been other people who have lowered their A1C by 1.5 in 14 days. And they've officially gotten themselves off of that roller coaster. No more the spikes, the highs, the lows, the crashes, the energy crashes. In 14 days, we're going to clear all of that up. You follow the script, the blueprint. But anyhow, let's get back to it. Let's ask the question now, folks. Who hates counting calories? You hate counting calories. When they say, all right, let's dig into it. Like I said, we're still talking about getting our number back here to 5.3, which everybody has the ability to do, by the way. Most people just don't have enough reasons. Everybody has the ability to do this. We got to talk about eating. Eating, like I said earlier, what do we say about eating? Who remembers the saying from earlier? When the diet is wrong, medication is of no use. But when the diet is correct, medication is of no need. Yeah, you remember that one? Let's break this thing down and let's find out what the hell is eating. What the hell is clean eating? How do I keep my blood sugar stable, Kelley? How do I get myself off of the blood sugar roller coaster while using the food, Kelley? How do I do that? Here's how you do it. Clean eating plate. So instead of doing all that calorie count and all that weighing of the food and all that stuff, instead of doing all of that, folks, let's do something a little bit different. Because if we take me for instance, I did all the stuff in my 30s. I weighed the food, counted the calories. I did all of that stuff. Who did all that stuff? You've done all that stuff in the past. Weighed all the foods, counted calories, tried intermittent fasting. You tried all of that stuff. And none of that stuff has worked, or it did work for a little while, but then it eventually your weight came back and all that stuff. Put a me in the chat if you've ever experienced that before, folks. When it comes to this, when it comes to your weight, when it comes to your weight, when it comes to the blood sugar, when it comes to just being on that roller coaster, put a me in the chat, folks. How you doing, folks? If you just joined us, my name is Kelley, a certified holistic nutritionist. We're talking about how to get yourself off of the blood sugar roller coaster. Diabetes, folks, type 2 diabetes is a dietary and lifestyle driven condition. It is totally reversible. Totally reversible. You guys know that? I know that because I did it myself. I reversed the condition myself using this clean eating plate. Now let's get into it. And if you're just joining us, folks, go take the quiz. It's linked in my bio. Go take the quiz. It is a 2-minute quiz that you can take to understand and learn your diabetes management style. Me, just a little bit, but get on them and off. Hey, Kelley, what's up, Maureen? How's everything going? How's everything going? The clean eating plate. Now, you got to master this plate, folks. I'm telling you. You master this plate, man, you can master, you can lose the weight, no problem. You can manage your blood sugar, no problem. All by mastering this plate. Yeah. Great, Maureen. 50% non-starchy veggies. 50% non-starchy veggies. Like, what are non-starchy veggies? Onions, mushrooms, bell peppers, cucumbers. These are non-starchy veggies, folks. All the greens like cabbage, kale, collard greens. These are all non-starchy veggies. So fill your plate with 50% of that. You can fill your plate with a big old stir fry right over there. Okay, 25%. It's called the clean eating plate, folks. 25% proteins and fats. Well, what kind of protein? Well, leaner sources of protein. Leaner sources of protein. What kind of lean sources of protein? Well, whether they're chicken, turkey, salmon, fish, tofu, tempeh, whatever. Eggs, steak, whatever. Whatever it is that you choose, whatever it is that you prefer, just make sure it's on the leaner sources. We're not getting the boudins. We're not getting the processed meats. We're not getting the salamis and the bacons and the pepperonis and the hot dogs. Okay, none of that. None of that. So the leaner sources of protein. Chicken, turkey, like I said. Fats. Woo! Healthy fats. Avocados, nuts and seeds. Pistachios. 3 approved oils. Avocado, coconut, olive oil. If it ain't avocado, coconut, or olive oil, then put it back on the shelf. If it ain't avocado, coconut, or olive oil, throw it back on the shelf. Do me a favor, folks. Share this live out with anybody that you know that is struggling with this condition. Share this live out to the folks, with those folks. But back to the facts. Things that you want to avoid. Things like dairy, cottage cheese, and all the cheese. These things are not healthy fats. I know, contrary to popular belief, that dairy is a healthy fat. Dairy is not a healthy fat, folks. You want to say got inflammation instead of got milk, you want to be like got inflammation. That's what milk's all about, dairy. If you want to know more about dairy, I want you to watch this lecture called Utterly Amazing. Appreciate the follow. Utterly Amazing by my man Walter Veith. He's a zoologist. Okay? He knows a thing or two about animals in the zoo. All right. So 25% proteins and fats, and then finally 25% carbs and fruit. Carbs and fruit. Coconut milk. Yeah, you can do coconut milk. Coconut milk's good. Coconut milk is good, and we can go over there. That's a healthy fat. Yeah, that's good. Coconut milk's good. Good morning. What's up, classy babe? All right. Carbs and fruit. The carbs can come. The carbs are the only one. There's a little rule. Think of this as like a rule. When you're playing this game, when you're using this plate, think of it like a rule. This rule is you can go down on the carbs, but you can't go up. You can go down, but you can't go up on the carbohydrates. So what does that mean? That means that, and what do you mean by the percentages, Kelley? Like, how am I measuring these percentages? You're probably wondering, like, Kelley, like, you said that I ain't got to count calories, weigh food, or weigh my food and all that stuff, but like, what the hell does all of that? Like, how do I weigh the stuff? Like, is it a cup? Is it like what is it, man? Here it is. It is a plate, actually. It is a plate that you can get. It's called the clean eating plate, folks. This plate is for clean eating. This is, look, 50%, 25, 25. When it comes to the carbs, whatever kind of carbohydrates that you want. So whether it's pasta, whether it's rice, whether it's quinoa, farro, just make sure that it's the whole the most unprocessed ones that you can. So when it comes to pasta, you can have pasta. You can still have the carbohydrates that you love, folks. You just got to eat it strategically. Like, what do you mean? You say, what do you mean I can still have pasta? Well, you can still have pasta in the sense that as long as you obey the very specific rule, that you can go down on the plate. Look, you can go down on this is 25%. You can go down on the carbs, but you can't go up on the percent. When it comes to fruit, what kind of fruit? Lower glycemic index fruit. Things like, ultimately, you can have whatever kind of fruit that you want. You just got to know how to eat it strategically. And you want to always eat it. Think of carbs, think of fruit as a dessert. Just think of it that way. You're like, well, what do you mean think of it as a dessert? Yeah, well, anytime that you would eat a dessert, anytime that you would think, when would I eat a dessert? Oh, yeah, I'd eat a dessert right after my meal. That's when I'd eat dessert. So that is what you do when it comes to your blood sugar. That is what it comes to do when it comes to your carbs. You eat the carbs, you eat the fruit last for your blood sugar. That will slow down how quickly the blood sugar enters into your bloodstream. Why? Because it's got to go through some fiber, it's got to go through some fat. So that is why If you do this, folks, I'm telling you, you implement this rule, you will see your life starts to change. You will see your number, your scale, the number on the scale start to change. You will see all that stuff start to change with very minimal effort. It's called the clean eating plate. Go get yourself one. Here's how simple you can make your life. Let's just say 50% non-starchy veggies. What if you say one day you're like, Kelley, I don't want the veggies. I don't want as many veggies today. Like, I want more protein because I'm working out. I'm getting swole, Kelley. Like, I need more protein, bro. Like, how do I get more protein? Okay, instead of the 25%. Okay, all you got to do is just flip your plate. You just flip your plate. Now you put the proteins here. Put the protein here. You put the non-starchy veggies here. And then you put your carbohydrates here, your potatoes, your rice, all of that stuff, your pasta. You put that all over here. But you eat the carbohydrates last on your plate. 1, 2, 3. You can play around with the percentages. You can do all of this stuff with this plate. You can literally take this plate with you everywhere. Where do you get one of these plates? It's called the clean eating plate. And these are the best plates I've seen, by the way. You can get one of these out of my TikTok showcase. You can get one out of my TikTok showcase. That's where you get the plates. They're like $13 in my TikTok showcase. What kind of rice? It spikes me horribly. Like I said before, you have to obey the rule when it comes to the rice. You cannot just eat rice randomly. Has to be very, very strategically. Your veggies first. Here it is. Here's the strategy. Here's the strategy. 1, 2, 3. Veggies first. Eat that first. Eat your proteins and fats second. Eat your carbohydrates last on the plate. Whenever you're eating, always make sure you eat your carbohydrates last. And you keep them within this percentage. Remember, you can go down, but you can't go up on the percent. You won't have any problems with your blood sugar. You follow these rules, you won't have any problems with your blood sugar. That's why it's mandatory to go get yourself one of these plates. DJ, go get yourself one of these plates too. These are my TikTok showcase. Best ones I've seen. Like, these are they're not even plastic. These things are made out of straw. Okay, where's my TikTok showcase? People are like, well, where's your showcase, Kelley? Well, what's a TikTok showcase? Well, it's here. Here's a TikTok showcase. And do me a favor, folks, go take that quiz too. If y'all want to go take that quiz, it's a 2-minute quiz that you can take. But I'm going to show you where all this stuff is. The showcase, all of that. Here it is. Here it is right here. Here's the showcase. Right there. Oh, that's not it. That's my studio. Here's the showcase right here. It's down here right there. See my picture? And then you click on showcase right there. Here's where you can get those plates. There's some plates right there. Some more plates. They're like $13 for these plates right there. Yeah, like $13 right here. Here they are. $13. These plates are amazing. It's called the clean eating plate. Go get yourself one. I promise you, it will change the game. If you were ever at the point where you're like, I'm tired of counting calories and all that stuff, if that's you, then you should go get yourself one of these plates. But for my other folks, for my folks who are said that they need help with this, they're like, yo, Kelley, I need help with this, man. Like, I've been battling this for years. I know type 2 diabetes is a dietary condition. Can you help me with my diet? Can you help me with the foods that I eat? Can you give me a blueprint, Kelley, on what it is that I need to eat every single day to get off of the blood sugar roller coaster? Because I desperately want to get off of that roller coaster. If you definitely want to get off of that blood sugar roller coaster, if that's you, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. I don't know if you heard about it, but it's for people who are struggling with prediabetes, insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, and they've been struggling for many years. And no matter what they've done, their numbers still aren't moving. Matter of fact, their numbers are going up. If that's you, you want to get off of that roller coaster, then you should join this challenge. Here's where that challenge is. Here's where that challenge is right here. Boom. Now there's a lot of freebies on the, there's a quiz. Go take the quiz if you haven't taken it. It's a 2-minute quiz. Here's the master class. It's a 45-minute master class. Go register for it. But for my folks who are ready for change, like I said earlier, you are ready for serious change. And you've gotten to the point where you can feel your body begging for a reset. Then listen to it. Join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge today. Accept the challenge right here. What do you expect? What are people getting? People are getting real results. There's real people getting real results in this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Real people getting real results. Like I said, they come on all the time and they tell their stories. They tell their stories about what happened on day 1 versus what happened on day 15 after the challenge. A lot of people have gotten off the roller coaster. A lot of people have gotten, the doctors either taking them off their medication or drastically reduced their medication. All by changing what we eat. That's all we're doing, folks. We're just changing what you eat. You're still going to be eating real food. What are you eating in the 14-day challenge? You're just eating real food. Right here. It's the same stuff that I talk about up here. It's the same stuff that you're going to be eating. Real food. It's $99 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It's $99 to join. But if you use the live discount code, SAVE20, while I'm live right now. You use that live discount code, SAVE20, you, my friend, will be joining the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, like so many other people have done. Almost 300 people have done. Your life will be changed for the better. You're going to look back in 2 weeks and be like, man, that's all it took was 2 weeks. That's all it's going to take is 2 weeks. Because your blood sugar is the number one thing that we can manipulate. Every time you eat a meal, you can manipulate your blood sugar every time. So if you know what to eat, which I'm giving you the blueprint in this 14-day challenge, if you know what to eat and for how long to eat it, your blood sugar will respond. It has no choice because it's affected by every meal that you eat. If you hang out with me for 14 days, if you do this for 14 days, folks, it's different. I'm telling you, it is the most, you're not going to have, sometimes you may not have fun. You're going to be like, it is a challenge. Okay. It is a challenge. It is designed to take you outside of your comfort zone. I will say that. But I'll also say, if you make it through the challenge, if you get outside of your comfort zone, here's the thing. Everything that you want and don't have is outside of your comfort zone. So all you got to do is step out and everything that you want is right there. Step outside of your comfort zone. Literally everything that you want is right there. But if you stay inside of your comfort zone, everything that you want is going to stay on the other side of something hard. So you're going to have to go through something hard to get what you want. Because if it were easy, everybody would have got their A1C to a 5.3. If it were easy, you just wake up in the morning and say, hey, to get my A1C to a 5.3, all I got to do is just like watch Netflix all day and just chill out and just eat ding dongs and Cheetos. If that were the case, to get their number to a 5.3, to get off the meds, to reverse diabetes, if that were the case, everybody would have done it. But it's not. It's not the case. It's only a select few people. Most people will just take what I'm saying and just like, yeah, Kelley, okay, whatever. I'll listen to you, man. But as far as me doing it, I ain't gonna do that. Thank you, though, but I'm not doing that. I'm not getting outside of my comfort zone. I'm not eating 50% non-starchy veggies. I'm not eating just 25% proteins. I'm not playing like with the carbs. I'm gonna eat as many carbs as I want, man. And nobody's gonna tell me different. Some people will say that, and I respect that. But there's also other people who says, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get my number to a 5.3 because I want to be here for my kids. I want to be here for my granddaughter. I just had a grandkid. I want to be here for my grandkids. I want to have more great grandkids. I want to have great grandkids. I want to be old enough to see them have kids. Great grandkids. I want you to, here's the thing, folks. You can get so good at lifestyle medicine. You can get so good at it that you can make a plan to outlive your doctor. Did you know that? Did you know that you can get so good at lifestyle medicine because it should always be lifestyle first, medication second? You can make a plan to outlive your doctor. Wouldn't that be a hell of a plan? Like, yo, doc, I made a plan to outlive you, bro, and I'm doing the plan. You hang out with me for 2 weeks, I'm going to give you the first part of that plan. I'm going to give you the first part of that plan. That is what the 2-week challenge is all about. You ready to get off of that roller coaster? If that you say that's you, then you should join that challenge. Use the discount code SAVE20. All right, let's see if I missed any questions. You're quite welcome. Yeah, the divider plate. There you go. What kind of rice? Yeah, we talked about rice. Great info in the quiz. I'm going to join. Do your thing, DJ Gail. If you want to join, you want to use that discount code, SAVE20. SAVE20, use that discount code. 9 weeks, 21 pounds later, and I'm testifying the results are real. Thank you, Kelley. Ava Holmes, 9 weeks, 21 pounds. Wait, have you been following the plate, Ava? Oh, that's amazing. Have you been following the plate, Ava? 9 weeks, 21 pounds. That's amazing. A lot of people have been following this plate. Show up, do the work, do it again tomorrow. Show up, do the work, do it again tomorrow. You will get the results, I promise you, just like Ava's doing. He's lost 21 pounds. That's amazing. I bet your clothes are fitting different. 21 pounds is a lot of pounds. Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, shout out to you. Maureen's lost a lot of weight as well. 35 pounds last time I heard, right? 34 pounds last time I heard. We're going to see what the new number is. I'm pretty sure it's going down as well. So that's it, folks. You got to do the work. All these people are testifying and getting these results. That's from doing the work. You can't, I'm telling you, man, you can't avoid it. You can try to avoid it. Here's the thing. If you're about to make a change in your life and you feel uncomfortable, then that's exactly where you want to be. That's the feeling. That's the best feeling to have because it means that you're about to make a decision for you. If you're about to do something, you start feeling real uncomfortable, like, should I join Kelley's challenge? He's saying there's a lot of good stuff. There's a lot of people getting crazy results already. But I don't know, man. I'm feeling uncomfortable. I'm feeling like, I don't know, man. Like that. If you're feeling uncomfortable, that's a very, very good sign. Because it means you're stepping out. You're going to step outside of your comfort zone. And you're making a decision that's best for you. But the more you stay inside of your comfort zone, the more it's a beautiful place, a comfort zone. It's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place, a comfort zone. But the only thing that grows there is regret. And probably like half of y'all are going to drop off right now. So it wasn't me, it's TikTok. TikTok's going to kick y'all off. So I know you guys are about to leave. So I'll see y'all next time. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Come back tomorrow. Right? Come back tomorrow. We'll try it again. Hopefully they won't give us any violations then. They give us violations every day. But yeah, peace out, DJ. They might kick you off. So anyhow, back to it. Back to the plate. The clean eating plate. You need help with this. You join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Right? Use that discount code SAVE20 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. But I always wonder, like I said, I always wonder, where do the people go? Like, how does can somebody put it in the chat? Like, where does TikTok take y'all whenever I get a violation and like they kick the people off the live? Like, where do they send y'all? Does they like put your screen up and be like, you can't go back to this guy's live? Can somebody shed light on it, where it goes? Where do the people go? Because I don't care how many people. It could be like, you could have like 1,000 people on your live, and if you get a violation, it'll just drop off. Where do the people go? Can anybody answer that? I don't know. I don't know either. I wish I knew though. But if they kick y'all off, you can come over here to YouTube. We'll be over here. We're on YouTube. We're on all the socials. We're everywhere. But all right, let's get back to it. Beans. Beans. Beans are the great equalizer. You can use the beans wherever. Doesn't really matter. You can eat the beans with the non-starchy veggies. You can eat the beans with the proteins and the fats. But you can't eat the beans with the rice, though. Don't eat these two sections together. If you're struggling with high blood sugar, don't eat those two sections together, folks. Why? Because it's going to cause you a real spike. Going to cause a real blood sugar spike at that point. Best beans to buy are the dry beans. So navy beans, pinto beans, cannellini beans, black beans, garbanzo beans. These are all great beans. So there is no, which one's the best. Just try to get the dry beans as much as you possibly can. But beans are they're resistant starch. So beans and blood sugar go great together, folks. So if you're struggling with high blood sugar, beans is going to be one of your superfoods when it comes to blood sugar control. And then that's how it goes, folks. That's how it goes. This is the rules of the game. This is the rules of the game. Any questions? Any questions on the clean eating plate? No questions. Any questions on anything that we covered today? Because we're going to get out of here, because when they give us the violations, we just get up out of here. But we'll be back, though. You know what we're going to do? We're going to come right back. So don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. Join us. Come back here. We're going to see if we can get the people back. So we'll come back in like about 5 minutes, folks. We'll be back. We're going to start back, and we're going to keep this train rolling when it comes to defeating type 2 diabetes. Because listen, I believe that nobody should be struggling with this condition. I believe that no one should have to struggle with this condition. I don't believe that is right. Why? It's because it's a dietary and lifestyle driven condition. The only thing that's causing it is our diet and lifestyle, folks. Show me how to get to the plates, please. Let me show you how to get to the plates right here. Right here. Show you how to get to these plates. Right here. Here we go. Click right here. Click right here again. Oh, that's not it. Sorry. The showcase is where the plates are. Right here. If you got this main page right here, click on the showcase. And you click right there. There's where it is. The plates are right there. Boom. There it is. Those are the plates right there. There they are. And for my folks who want to join, for my folks, that's what the plates are. But for my folks, like I said, we're going to get out of here, but we'll be right back. We'll be back. And we're going to take like a little intermission, but we'll be back. My showcase links disappeared. I want to join. Your showcase link. But here it is right here. 14-day challenge right here. Here's how you join the challenge, folks. Click right here. Use that discount code SAVE20. You're joining that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge for $79 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. So here's the thing. So a lot of people who are getting great results in this 14-day challenge. So why I got to charge you for the challenge? Because I want you to invest in yourself. If I give you this challenge for free, which I could very well give you the challenge for free, but then what is that going to do? It's a challenge. It's going to say, oh, it got hard, so I didn't invest anything into this. So as a result, I'm going to stop. No. I don't want you to stop. I want when the going gets tough, the tough get going, right? When the going gets tough, the tough get going. It's $99 to join that 14-day challenge. But if you use that discount code, SAVE20, like I said before, you're joining the challenge for $79 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, where I guarantee if you do the work, you're gonna get yourself off of that blood sugar roller coaster. But that's it, folks. We'll be back in a little bit. We'll take like a 10-minute intermission. We'll be back at 10:30 Central Time. We're gonna take like a 10-minute break, but we'll be back. We'll see you in a few, folks. Don't go. Come back 10 minutes. I got y'all. But in the meantime, join that challenge. Use that discount code. But all right, folks, we'll be back in a little bit. All right, folks, we're back. I told you we'd be back. It's Kelley. Your certified holistic nutritionist. Back across the airwaves again. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. It's Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist, coming to you straight back from the airwaves. We had a little intermission earlier. We took a little break, but we're back. We wasn't gone for long. We were gone for maybe 20, 25 minutes or 20 minutes or so, 20, 25 minutes or so, but we're back. The intermission is over and we're ready to start talking and diving back into all things type 2 diabetes, all things insulin resistance, all things restoring your health, all things getting off of that blood sugar roller coaster. What's the blood sugar roller coaster? That's the highs, the lows, the ends, the highs, the lows, the crashes, the spikes, the crashes, all of that stuff. We're going to talk about how to get rid of all of that stuff, folks. So if you're just joining us, I don't know if you were here earlier. If you were here earlier, put a me in the chat. If you were here earlier, put a me in the chat. If you were here earlier, if you just joined, or if this is your first time, if this is your first time hearing me, put a new in the chat. Put a new in the chat or put a me in the chat if you were here the first time. Do me a favor, folks. Bebop that screen, double tap that screen, bebop that screen, and share this live out with anybody that you know that is struggling with this condition. Yeah, new shout out to my new folks struggling with diabetes, struggling with heart disease. Well, I had heart disease, sorry, but struggling with insulin resistance, struggling with their blood sugar just being all out of whack all the time. No matter what they did, maybe stuck at like, man, my thing's stuck over 375, or my thing's stuck at 240, and I can't get it below 240. And my A1C, man, I can't get my A1C. It's been like a 7.2 for the longest, man, and I can't get it below a 7.2. Like if that's you, you're ready to get out of that, off of that blood sugar roller coaster once and for all, folks. Because, folks, it can be done. You can get yourself off of that blood sugar roller coaster. I just started Manjaro because I'm limited to exercise now, Laura. But what if there was a different way, Laura? You say you just started taking Manjaro, but what if there were a different way? And here's what it's called. It's called lifestyle medicine. Here's the thing. Type 2 diabetes, having high blood sugar, type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, let me say that, is all caused, you want to hear something cool? It's all caused by your diet and your lifestyle. It's not the Manjaro it's not the Manjaro that's going to get you there permanently. Yeah, the Manjaro may help by altering your hormones. That's what you're doing when you do a Manjaro. You're altering you're manipulating your hormones, basically, to trick your body to losing weight, to trick your body into lowering the blood sugar. That's what you're doing. But what if you could actually do that naturally? What if you could actually lower your blood sugar naturally, drop your A1C naturally, without relying on medication? Because here's the thing, I'm going to give you the truth that probably no one's ever told you before. But here's the thing. Type 2 diabetes is a dietary and lifestyle driven condition, meaning it was your diet and lifestyle that caused the condition. So if it's your diet and lifestyle that caused the condition, well, reverse logic says this, that it's got to be your diet and lifestyle that can get rid of the condition. How do you get rid of it? Here's how you get rid of it. How? You said how? Lifestyle first and medication second. You got to prescribe yourself medication in certain areas of your life. What's the first area? The first area of your life is stress management. How are you managing your stress? Are you doing a great job managing your stress? Are you doing a terrible job managing your stress? Like, how are you managing your stress? Peaceful mind. The A stands for active body. Are you being active, or are you being a couch potato? Because here's the thing, folks. Type 2 diabetes is a dietary and lifestyle driven condition. When human beings were created, there was no Netflix. So we got to move our body. Eating, clean eating, that's the C. There's a lot of things that could be hurting your health. There's a lot of things that could be causing you to have high blood sugar, but it's predominantly what you are eating. And lastly, the sleep, most important one. Most important one. One of the most important ones that people sleep on, okay, is sleep. So that's the 4 areas: peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. If you get those 4 areas right, so you don't sleep well, that's another part, or that's another reason. If you do not get these 4 areas right, your diabetes will persist. High blood sugar will persist. So you can take all the medication that you want. You can take medication until you're blue in the face, but it really won't mean anything. Why? Because you have to get to the root cause of it first. And the root cause of it is the insulin resistance, folks. So if you're just joining us, my name's Kelley, Certified Holistic Nutritionist. I teach people how to reverse type 2 diabetes naturally by using just the power of their lifestyle, because that is how important lifestyle is. That's why my whole thing is I help people with type 2 diabetes. Why am I so passionate about helping people with type 2 diabetes? Why? Because I myself had diabetes. Keyword is had. Type 2 diabetes. I no longer have diabetes anymore. No longer have it anymore. Let me bring up my polls over here. Hold on. No longer have it anymore, folks. That's not it. Cancel that. Trying to bring up the little sound effects. Here we go. Here we go. Sound effects are in effect, folks, and you can do the same thing. That's going to be your story. Wouldn't you love to reverse type 2 diabetes? Wouldn't you love to wake up one day and be like, yeah, listen, man, I'm back. Wouldn't you like to be back? Folks, you can do it. It's possible. You just got to do the work. You just got to get outside of your comfort zone, because here's the thing. You're not stuck. Nobody is stuck with type 2 diabetes. Nobody is. I wasn't stuck with it when I got diagnosed with diabetes, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. I wasn't stuck with any of that. I was just loyal to my preferences. I was just loyal to my preferences. Yeah, you're your own hero. That's it. You're your own hero. Is there a charge for my services? There's a lot of things there's a lot of things that's free on my page. There's a quiz, there's a free quiz. There's a free masterclass, absolutely free. But to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, yeah, I charge you for the challenge, because it's real people getting real results in the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It is a real challenge, real people getting real results. Over 300 people, almost 300 people have joined this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It is a life-changing experience. If you've been struggling with insulin resistance for a long time, you want to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, right? There's a discount code. There is a discount code to join the challenge, and it is SAVE20, SAVE20, which a couple of people have used this morning. They use that discount code SAVE20 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. But it is a blueprint that says if you're struggling with this condition, you're struggling with insulin resistance, and you've had it for a very long time, and you don't want to struggle with it anymore, if that's you, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. I used to be a cook, and I am learning how to stand long enough to get back into the kitchen. Okay, Laura, you're making great strides. How often are you on? I'm on daily in the mornings, except for Sunday, every day except for Sunday. I'm not on. I'm on in the morning time all day, like 8 in the morning until like noon. Every morning. But that's it, folks. Type 2 diabetes, dietary, lifestyle driven condition. you were here earlier, if, do me a favor. I know we got a lot. I reset the live, so let's see if we got some new folks in here. Who wants to learn about? We talked about earlier about losing weight. Earlier, we talked about A1C earlier, since the name of this is how to drop your A1C. We talked about A1C. We talked about how to fix it earlier, and then we talked a little bit about clean eating. Okay, do me a favor, put the word A1C in the chat if you guys want to know more about A1C. I know this is a new crowd that we got, so we might have to start from the beginning again to start talking about all things A1C since we left and then we came back like 20 minutes later. All right, and put new in the chat, folks, as well. If you're new to me as well, put new in the chat. See how many new folks we got. Mine is a 10. Mine is a A1C. A1C. Just got in A1C. Hello from Chicago. Shout out to Chicago. New. Yeah, we got a lot of new folks on here. So, okay, we're going to have to start it over again, folks, because we were here earlier, but I know we got some new folks in here. So we got to talk about, we got to establish who we're fighting first. Because if I just start getting up here and start talking about nutrition, you're not going to know what I'm talking about. But anyhow, who we're fighting. What we're fighting is this villain called insulin resistance. Same villain that I fought. Look. Same villain that I fought. It's the same villain that I'm going to teach you how to beat. Here it is. Watch this. Same villain that I fought. This is called diabetes, heart disease, and obesity, folks. That was me. That was my diagnosis. 2 weeks before I took this picture, 2 weeks after I took this picture, I got diagnosed with having diabetes, having heart disease, and being obese. The triple whammy, folks. You don't want that diagnosis. So I know a thing or two about this condition. So now I no longer have the condition, no longer have heart disease, and no longer obese. So diabetes, heart disease, and obesity, all at the very same doctor's visit, folks. That was a fun day. That was a handful of years ago, maybe like, I don't know, 5 years ago. But that was a hell of a day. But here, when I tell you, folks, that it is possible that you can reverse the condition. Like I said, I don't no longer have that condition anymore. It's a thing of my past. Like if a doctor looked at my stuff now, they have no idea. If they never looked at my report before, they have no idea that I used to be a diabetic, I had heart disease, and that I was obese. They'd have no idea. If I went to a new doctor today and they pull my blood work, they say, "Hi, yeah, you're good. Get out of here." Same thing's going to happen to you. Let me show you. A1C, put it in the chat, folks. Put it in the chat. We got to go from the beginning because we started over again. Let's do it. Here we go. Here we go. This was earlier when we were all talking about clean eating. But the challenge starts. The challenge starts, folks, when you purchase the challenge and then when you go grocery shopping. So you get the challenge, you go grocery shopping. Whenever you go grocery shopping, that is when the challenge will begin. That is when your individual challenge begins. Like I said, there's almost 300 people who have joined this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. What is the challenge? The challenge is a nutrition blueprint that says if you follow this blueprint, the same blueprint that I did, here it is. When I created this blueprint, folks, here's the thing. I had no freaking idea what the heck I was doing. All right? I just started like experimenting on myself, for real. Like I was going to figure it out. But I started eating a certain way, started eating real food, and next thing you know, the weight started coming off. That's what the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is about. Same stuff that I did in the beginning, which I had no idea what I was doing. But now I know, now when I went back to nutrition school, now I realize why that worked. And then what I did is I just created it. I just took all that information and I brought it down into into this blueprint. You follow this blueprint, folks. It's a nutrition blueprint. You go get the food, you cook the food, you get the results. That's it. Get the food, cook the food, eat the food, get the results. Focusing on real food. It is a 14-day challenge. It is designed to take you outside of your comfort zone for 14 days. Because if I take you outside of your comfort zone for 14 days, that is when the magic happens. Nothing great happens inside of your comfort zone. The comfort zone is a beautiful place. But the only thing that grows there is regret. Pay attention to your health now, or you'll pay with regret later. This is for my new folks. Hemoglobin A1C. You got to know who it is that you're fighting. You got to know who it is that you're fighting. Hemoglobin is this. It means iron and oxygen. It's what it means. Hemo means iron and oxygen. That's what the word means. So basically, it's oxygen-rich blood. Every time you breathe in and out, that's hemoglobin. That's oxygen-rich blood. It needs to flow through every cell of your body. The word globin means protein. It is a protein that says every cell of your body needs to be populated by oxygen-rich blood, aka the protein. Oxygen-rich blood going through every cell of your body through this protein. Protein, every cell of the body. Your whole body is covered, is a protein, basically. So that is what hemo means. It is literally the oxygen that you breathe. Oxygen-rich blood. The stuff's so important, folks. If you ever tried to hold your breath, my thing is, you can't hold I bet you cannot hold your breath for very long. That's what it means. That's what hemoglobin is. It's because you don't have enough oxygen-rich blood. Okay? It's when you're anemic, it's why you're always tired. It's why you're always fatigued, because you don't have enough oxygen-rich blood to fill you up with energy. So therefore, you're always tired. That's what hemoglobin is. So important that if you don't have enough, doctors will give you a blood transfusion. That's how important hemoglobin is. The word A1C, folks, is how much sugar has been stuck to your hemoglobin over the past 3 months. Like how much sugar has been stuck to it over the past 3 months. I said stuck on purpose. I use that on purpose because when you're stuck, when that hemoglobin, when that sugar is stuck to your hemoglobin, that is not a good thing. It's basically suffocating out your oxygen. All of that sugar that's stuck to you. Like, what do you mean the sugar is stuck to it? Well, if you take a piece of candy, a Jolly Rancher, and you put it on your fingers and it gets all nasty and sticky, imagine all that sticky stuff being stuck to your hemoglobin, basically sucking all of the life out of it. So that is what hemoglobin is, folks. Hemoglobin A1C. And it is indicated by a percent. Do me a favor, folks. Put your A1C in the chat. If you're comfortable with it, put your A1C in the chat. I lost 20 pounds and went from a 214 to a 194. Amazing. A 10, a 6.7, a 6.2, a 10, an A1C of an 8. Put your A1C in the chat, folks, if you are comfortable with it. You're okay with putting your number in the chat. 7.4, 5.3, diabetic, but working. Not at 5.3, you ain't. Okay? Not at 5.3, you're golden. That's the ideal range. You want to get to a 5.3. That's where you should be. Okay, 128. That's, I guess, your blood sugar. 5.4. Okay. Let me see any more. What's your, let's see, 11.4. Okay. Those numbers that y'all are calling out, that is the percent of sugar that is stuck to your hemoglobin. Has been stuck to it over the past 3 months. Like I said, stuck. Keyword. You take a Jolly Rancher and you put it all in your mouth and it gets all nasty and gets on your finger. That's what's stuck to your life force. Okay, who knows what it means when your percent gets to a 5.7 through a 6.4? Who knows what it means when your percent goes to a 5.7 to a 6.4? Who can tell me what it means? What does it mean, folks? When your percent of sugar is a 5.7 to a 6.4. Put it in the chat if you know what it means. Pre-diabetic? Pre-diabetic, okay. Yep. All right, pre-diabetic. Yep. Uh-huh. Pre-diabetes. That's what it means. Pre-diabetes. But what does that mean, though? That means that you are becoming resistant to the most important hormone in the body. And you want to know what the most important hormone is in the body, folks? It is insulin. Insulin is the most important hormone in the body. So if that is the most important hormone in the body, this number, to be a pre-diabetic, is an indicator of how insulin resistant you are becoming. How do I know that insulin is the most important hormone in the body? Because check it out. If you are type 1 diabetic, it's what's called insulin dependent. If you are insulin dependent, then that means a couple more folks jumping into the room. Folks, do me a favor. We're talking about A1C. Put your A1C in the chat if you are comfortable with it. If you are okay with putting your A1C in the chat. We're talking about all things hemoglobin A1C right now. But back to it. Ask a type 1 diabetic, 17 and a half. Wow. Ask a type 1 diabetic how long they can go without their insulin. And the answer is going to be not for very long. Why? It's because they need it. They're dependent upon it. That's what literally what the word means. Insulin dependent. There's insulin dependent and there's insulin resistant. Insulin dependent, type 1. Insulin resistant, type 2. So if you're insulin dependent, you have to take it for the rest of your life because that's how important the hormone is. You will not survive without the hormone. So you have to have it. Being a pre-diabetic means you are becoming resistant to the most important hormone in the body, 20.9. Wow. You are becoming resistant to the most important hormone in the body. The higher the number is, the higher the percent is, it means the more resistant you are to this most important hormone in the body. If you do not have this hormone, you will not survive. You can survive without all the other hormones. Quality of life won't be great, but you can survive without cortisol. You can survive without testosterone. You can survive without, estrogen. You can survive without it. Your quality of life is going to suck. Like I reiterate that, but you'll still be alive. Prediabetes means that you are already insulin resistant. It just hasn't gotten bad yet. That's all that it means. It just hasn't gotten bad yet. So when your A1C is at a 5.7, it means you're insulin resistant. It means it just hasn't gotten to the point where it's just like, it is cause for concern, but it's at the point where it's kind of like, okay, like you're getting there. You're sick. It just hasn't gotten real bad yet. You're in the first stages. You're in the pre-stages. Kind of like before you went to school, pre-K, you went to pre-kindergarten before you actually went to kindergarten. You're getting ready for school, but you ain't started school yet. You're in pre-kindergarten. Same thing with pre-diabetes. Means you're already sick, just haven't gotten bad. All right, what does it mean when you're 6.5 or higher? What does it mean when your A1C is a 6.5 or higher? 6.5, like mine got to, 7, 8, 9. Like, what does it mean? Like when mine got to, here's what mine got to, right? When I was here, here's what mine got to. Mine got to a 6.5. Right? What does it mean? When I went to the doctor and my A1C, he said, son, your A1C is a 6.5. What does that mean? That's what my A1C was, a 6.5. It means, what does it mean? Okay, what does it mean? All right. Diabetic. How did you get yours down? I'm telling you right now, I'm going to tell you next. It's called lifestyle medicine. No longer pre. It means that you have diabetes. That's what it means. It means that you have diabetes. What's up, Catherine? It means you have diabetes. It means that you are resistant, not dependent. There's type 1, I told you, is dependent. Type 2 is resistant to insulin, meaning that how your energy, what does that mean to be insulin resistant? It means that how your body processes energy is destroyed. How your body, it's why you ever wonder why you're always tired? Like if your A1C has been high for many years, you ever wonder why you're tired? You ever wondered that? You ever thought to yourself, like, damn, why am I always tired? You ever thought of that? Maybe it's just me, I don't know. You ever thought that, why am I so hungry all the time? You ever thought that? Just wonder, like, damn, I just ate like an hour and a half ago. Why am I hungry again? You ever just sit down and ask yourself that? And then finally, you'll be like, well, why am I always getting sugar cravings? I don't know. Maybe it's just me, folks. I don't know. I'm a weird guy. I asked myself, like when I had diabetes, and I was like, why am I always having sugar cravings? Now that I don't have diabetes anymore, I found out that it was because my insulin was out of control. If insulin is out of control, how your body processes energy is going to be totally jacked up. That's why you're always tired. That's why you're always hungry. That's why you always got sugar cravings. It's because your body cannot properly process the energy. Why? It's because the key to all the energy in your body is insulin. It's the key to every cell in your body, from the top of your head to the soles of your feet, are covered with insulin. Insulin touches every cell of the body. Every cell of the body. And if insulin is off, everything is off. It's the most important hormone. So the question is, how do you fix all of this? How do you bring life back? Here's what it means here's how you bring life back. People can look at your A1C and can determine how long you will live. How long will you live based on this hemoglobin A1C number? It's a very, very important number. It's not just a number. It is the percentage of sugar that is stuck to your hemoglobin, infecting it, basically. How much sugar is infecting your life, aka hemoglobin? The more that it is, so we start getting into the 7s, the 8s, the 9s, the 10s, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20.9. Man, do you know what that means? That means the higher the number is, the faster. I'm just going to be honest with you. Like, I wish someone was honest with me instead of just giving me a bunch of meds. It means that the higher the number is, the faster you're checking out of here. It means the faster you've got a date with the Grim Reaper. That's what it means, because the Grim Reaper comes for us all. There ain't no escaping it. We're all aging. I'm aging, you're aging, everybody's aging. Everybody's got to check out of here. But how quickly you check out of here, how fast you leave this earth, how fast how fast you're pushing up daisies is determined by, there's a lot of stuff that's involved, but it's especially this number right here, because it tells you how you're glycating. How fast are your cells aging? And the higher the number of sugar, the higher the percentage of sugar that's attached to your hemoglobin, means you're aging a lot faster. It means you're going to check out of here a lot quicker, like 20 years too soon. You don't want to check out of here, but I'm telling you, you do not want to check out of here 20 years too soon when it was totally preventable. When it was totally preventable and this condition is totally reversible, it does not make any sense to me to leave here 20 years too soon, to check out on your kids, to not be able to walk your kid down the aisle, to not be able to, some other dude walking your daughter down the aisle because you're not there. This is a totally reversible condition, folks. And everybody has the ability to reverse this thing. But most people just don't have enough reasons. You don't have enough reasons as to why, so you don't. You have no reason to change, so why the hell would you? It's logic. And I get it. I've been there. I showed you my picture. I had no reason to change. I had zero reason to change. I had zero reason to do this. Zero. Until I developed a reason. My reason was my mother had just passed away 2 months prior from the exact same condition that I just got diagnosed with: diabetes, heart disease, obesity. She passed away from it. So that in turn caused me to be angry. I was very, very angry. That is what caused me to learn the lifestyle medicine formula. If you want to join that challenge, folks, a lot of people have joined that 14-day challenge. Some people have joined that challenge. How do you do it? Thank you for joining the challenge. How do you do it? Here's where you can start. You can start with that link in my bio right here. You can start by taking the quiz. Click right here. Click on my picture again. And you can go and you can take the quiz right here. Here's a quiz. 2-minute quiz that you can take to go and understand and learn your diabetes management style. Like, how have you been managing this condition? You've been doing a great job managing this number, or you've been doing a terrible job managing that number. That quiz is going to tell you that. It's a 2-minute quiz, folks. And then the masterclass is a free masterclass right here, 45 minutes. But then for my folks who are ready for serious change, the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge right here. Here's where everything is. This is for folks who have said that I am ready for serious change, Kelley. I've gotten to the point where I don't know what to do anymore. I'm stuck. If you're stuck, you should join this challenge. It's $99 to join the 14-day challenge. But if you use the discount code, the live discount code, SAVE20, you use that discount code, you join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge for $79 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That's it, folks. I'm going to tell you how to fix. That's the challenge. It's for people who are ready to get outside of their comfort zone. You're ready to get outside of your comfort zone and do something spectacular. You're ready to do something amazing. You're ready to do something like, I ain't never done this before in my life. I'm ready for change. Then you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. But for those who aren't ready to join that challenge yet, I'm going to tell you that the work that you gotta do. In the challenge, I'm going to help you with the work. But let's just say you say, you know what, Kelley, I want to do this on my own, bro. I don't need your help. Just give me the freaking daggone knowledge. Shut the hell up and give me the knowledge. Okay? Tell me what I got to do. What'd you do? Okay. Here it is then. I'm going to shut up and I'm going to tell you what it is that you got to do. It's called, very first thing that you got to do is you got to maintain your pace. If you ever, and I mean ever, had plans of getting your number to a 5.3, your A1C, that's the way you say, I want to get my number at 5.3. If you ever wanted to get your number there, it's going to come with a price. There's a price you're going to have to pay. And that price is called doing the work, which a lot of people are like, I ain't paying that price, Kelley. You've got to maintain your pace. To get your number to a 5.3, the price that you got to do, pay, is maintaining your pace. I can't prescribe you this medication. The doctors cannot prescribe you this medication. Nobody on this planet can prescribe you this medication except for you. You're the only person on this doggone planet that can prescribe yourself this medication. It's called lifestyle medicine. It's the most powerful form of healing that there is. Like, hands down, it's more powerful than Manjaro. It's more powerful than glipizide. It's more powerful than metformin. Oh, it's way more powerful than metformin. It's called lifestyle medicine. So it should here's what I believe. I believe, now, and even that I believe, I know that it should be Lifestyle first, medication second. You can't fix it with the diet and lifestyle first, okay? First. Keyword, I said first. Okay, then we can talk about the medication. I think medication is very, very important, folks. Medication is super important, folks. Just let that be loud. Let that go across the TikTok airwaves. Medication is very, very important, folks. Let that go across the world. But let this part go across the world as well. If you need it. That's key word, if you need it. It's very, very important. I'll put that little caveat on there. Most of the time, you don't need it, especially if you're suffering from high blood sugar. If you're insulin resistant, the last thing you need is more medication. Okay? I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you get on and off your medication. What you need to prescribe yourself is the real medication. The first part of the formula that you got to prescribe to yourself is having a peaceful mind. There's no escaping it. Stress is a great equalizer. Stress will take you all the way up out of here. I used to think that it was a joke when people would tell me that stress caused them to become a diabetic. Stress caused them, they can't lose the weight because of the stress. I'd be like, that's bogus. It's no stress. You just don't want to stop eating. Don't you? Boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I naive. I'll raise my hand and say I was pretty naive. Stress is the great equalizer. Cortisol is the great equalizer, right? You could be working out like a savage. You could be eating right, eating all the goodies. But if you're stressed, cortisol, adrenaline, high blood sugar, released from your liver. Where blood sugar goes, insulin follows. So stress. Who's stressing you out? Is your mom stressing you out? Your dad, your mother-in-law, your kids, the traffic? Who's stressing you out, folks? Find out who it is and put it to it and cease and eliminate it or bring it down to a dull roar. Because stress will cancel out the whole thing. So high stress levels means high blood sugar. So here's the prescription in this area. Every area I'm going to give you a prescription. In peaceful mind, it is the 3 M's. Meditation, mindfulness, meet with your therapist. Those are the 3 M's, folks. Meditation, mindfulness, meet with your therapist. The prescription. The A of the lifestyle medicine formula to getting your number back to the ideal range, which is a 5.3. Who would love to get their number to a 5.3? Who can get their number back to who would love to get their number back to a 5.3? Put a me in the chat if you'd love to get your number back to a 5.3. I see a me here, me. Put a me in the chat if you'd love to get your number here. 5.3, me. Yeah, never have a 5.3. You've never had it, a 5.3. You've had it before. You may have just bypassed it, but you had it. I did. Okay, Catherine. Shout out to you, Catherine. Catherine joined the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Been trying for a little while to get her A1C to that 5.3. She joined the challenge, and after 2 weeks, she finally hit her goal and got her number to a 5.3. Somebody said me, even on meds, that I can't. Why? It's because the meds, it should always be lifestyle first. Remember that? Remember that saying first? Lifestyle. Did you do the lifestyle first? It's not about the meds. It's the lifestyle first. Active body is the prescription that you got to prescribe to yourself. Here's the prescription in active body. Here it is, folks. Write it down. Jot this one down. Get yourself a pen and pad. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, of moderate intensive movement. You're like, well, what's moderate intensive movement, Kelley? Well, moderate intensive movement is, if you're on a treadmill, it means that you can talk, but you can't sing. Kind of like that gray area in between talking and singing. That's moderate intensive movement, folks. You want to do that 30 minutes a day. People who work out, people who are active, they have better blood sugar control. They have better blood sugar control because muscles are hungry. Muscles are hungry for the same stuff that you've got too much of. Think of that. What is it that you have too much of? Oh yeah, blood sugar. So having an active body is one of the keys to the kingdom. Getting your blood sugar under control, getting your A1C is not going to drop by itself. You're going to have to get out and do some work. If you can't be active as much as you want, get out and do something. It doesn't have to be anything. You don't have to be a world-class athlete. I ain't saying go out and compete at the Olympics or be a world-class bodybuilder. You know what I mean? Or be like the Incredible Hulk. You remember the Incredible Hulk from back in the day with Lou Ferrigno? I'm not asking you to be Lou Ferrigno. But I am saying go out and be active. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week of moderate, intensive movement. You do that 5 days a week, that means you still get weekends off. You still go out and you still get weekends off. Just go be active, folks. 30 minutes a day. Could be dancing, could be playing with your kids, frisbee, DDT. You could DDT your kid, power drive your kids. You could suplex your kids right in the living room like, kids, boom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't hurt your kids, but you know what? You get what I'm saying. Yeah. You don't want to see the Incredible Hulk when he gets mad. Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you're right. Don't make him angry. So one thing that you want to do is you don't want to make what's his real name? David Banner. You don't want to make him angry. Okay? All right, active body. That's it. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. Enough with the Incredible Hulk stuff. Clean eating. That's the next part of the formula, folks. This is the formula. You want to get your number back to a A1C back to a 5.3. I'm telling you. This pillar right here is the key pillar. Like I told you, folks, medication is very, very, very important stuff. Don't ever let anybody tell you that medication is not important, okay? It's important stuff. Keyword is if you need it. Check this out. Here's what I want you to remember. Jot this one down. Jot this one down. And if you never heard of me ever again in your life, if you never say, I've never seen Kelley again in my life, I don't want to hear anything he's got to say. I will never see his face again ever. If you don't remember anything that I say while I'm on this live, across the airways, across the world, remember this. That when the diet is wrong, medication is of no use. But when the diet is correct, medication is of no need. When the diet is wrong, medication is of no use. I mean, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. But when the diet is correct, medication, you don't even need it. Like I told you before, medication is very, very, very important if you need it, but most people don't. Most people just got to do this work right here. Most everybody on this live right now, they just need to do the work. If you do the work, you show up and you do the work, you do it again the next day, I promise you, your A1C will start to drop. It's going to be uncomfortable as hell, yeah, but you got to do it. Clean eating, what is it? Real, whole, unprocessed foods as much as you possibly can. Predominantly real, whole, unprocessed foods. Something that was grown from a branch, something that once had dirt on it, right? Real, whole, unprocessed foods. Fruit, what does that mean? fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, whole grains, legumes, aka beans, and leaner sources of protein. So whatever the protein is that you eat, whether it's chicken, whether it's turkey, whether it's lamb, whether it's steak, whether it's eggs, whether it's fish, whether it's tofu or tempeh, make sure that it's the leaner sources, folks. We're not getting the boudin, okay? We're not getting the sausages, folks. Sausages is not clean eating, okay? All the deli meats, that's all, pepperonis, hot dogs, bacon, folks. Contrary to popular belief, I know everybody loves bacon. It's not clean eating. What about carbs? What about carbs? Carbs is whole unprocessed carbs. I'm going to teach you how to eat carbs in a little bit, but as long we maybe won't do that today because we did that earlier. But clean, whole, unprocessed carbs as much as you possibly can. Rice, potatoes, quinoa, farro. You can eat those. You just got to make sure you pay attention to the percentages, which we'll talk about. But clean eating, we'll cover that more a little bit later. But I just wanted to make sure that you understand what clean eating is. Real, whole, unprocessed food. That's the prescription in clean eating. And the last part of the formula, folks, is effective what? What do you think it is? To get your number back to the ideal range of a 5.3, it's effective what? Bacon is good, but it ain't good for you. It ain't good for you. Effective what? All right, no guesses. Rest. There it is. Whoo. The last part of the lifestyle medicine formula, the formula that you gotta master, is getting some effective sleep. Folks, sleep, like I said before. Yeah, I put turkey on there. Turkey is part of the clean eating. Yeah. Like I said before, these things will cancel each other out. They will cancel each other out. If you do not get enough effective sleep, 6 to 9 hours of effective sleep, your body cannot recover. It's when your body restores itself. It's when your body reboots itself. It's when you go to sleep, your brain needs the most energy. Your brain is at nighttime, your brain, believe it or not, is the organ that sucks up all of the energy. It's an energy hog. And even in the daytime, you ever notice that when you think, you're like, somebody told me one time, they were like, thinking is hard. Like, yeah, thinking is real hard. That's why people don't like counting calories. That's why people don't like having to do all that whey food and all that stuff, because it's using brain cells that you would rather not use. You would rather preserve your brain energy. You don't want to have your energy like counting calories. So your brain at nighttime needs to recover. And if you don't get effective sleep, it's going to cause everything to be thrown off. It's when your body hormones start lining up, right? So when you start getting your brain ready for the next day. Heck, it's even when you lose weight. You ever want to know when you lose weight? Like, how do I lose weight? You ever notice like when the weight goes away, like where does the weight go though? Like, does it just like how does the, like me on my picture when I showed you when I lost all the weight, like where does all that extra fat go? Where does it go, folks? Like, how does it leave your body? Here's how it leaves your body. Through your breath at nighttime when you sleep. That's when it leaves your body. It leaves through your CO2, the fat, believe it or not, at nighttime when you sleep. So sleep is very, very, very important. Here's how they can cancel each other out. Let's just say you got a lack of sleep. You've got some poor sleep. You say, Kelley, you say, Kelley, listen, I'm coming to you, man. Like, I've been trying to lose the weight. Who's ever been in this scenario right here? Put a me in the chat. If you've ever been in this scenario where you like, listen, man, I've been trying to lose the weight. I was losing the weight, but now I'm not losing the weight. I'm working out good. I'm eating right, man. But all of a sudden, I can't lose the weight, man. Can you tell me what I'm doing wrong, Kelley? Can you tell me how to lose the weight? And I say, oh, okay, put me in the chat if you've experienced that before. You can't lose the weight no matter what. He's like, you're working out, you're eating, but you still can't lose it. Yup, me. Poor sleep, high cortisol, high ghrelin, fat storage. Oh, look at you, Fernando. Nice. This guy's Fernando is on top of it. Poor sleep, like Fernando just said, causes you to be, here's how sleep can throw the whole thing off. You're eating, you're active, but you're getting poor sleep. Poor sleep says that's a stressor. So you're stressed. So the very next day, you're going to wake up more insulin resistant. The very next day, you're going to wake up more hungry. You're going to wake up hungry, or the very next day, you're just going to go like raid the fridge, like, oh yeah. You're going to be more insulin resistant, and it's going to cause your body stress. Your hormones, because your hormones overnight, they weren't able to align themselves. So you're stressed, which when you're stressed, what do we say? Oh yeah, doesn't that throw off your peace? When you're stressed, you've got high cortisol. When you've got high cortisol, you've got adrenaline, and then you've got stored blood sugar gets released. And where blood sugar goes, insulin follows. Where blood sugar goes, insulin follows, folks. So you see how sleep can throw the whole thing off? Look here. Here's the formula. I'm going to give y'all ready? True? I'm trying to tell my boyfriend that. Yeah. But here's the thing. Who said that? I just say your name is China Doll. Here's the thing, China Doll. You can tell your boyfriend that like I said in the beginning of this thing. The only person that can prescribe yourself this medication is you. So you can't prescribe it for him. His doctor can't prescribe this medication for him. His mom can't prescribe it for him. His dad can't prescribe it for him. His spouse can't prescribe it for him. The only person that can prescribe yourself this medication, here it is, folks. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. This is the realest thing I'm going to say. To get your number back to a 5.3, which everybody said that they wanted to do, to get your number there, here's what you got to do. You got to prescribe yourself these meds. You got to literally write a prescription for these medications. And it's called Maintaining Your Pace, aka lifestyle medicine. That is the prescription. Having a peaceful mind, I'm going to give you tactics in peaceful mind. Having an active body, I'm giving you tactics in active body. Clean eating and effective sleep. Where do you get these tactics? Where do you want to learn? You want to learn more about this formula? This lifestyle medicine formula? You want to learn more about it? Here's where you go. You click that link in my description right here. You click right up here. And then you click on my picture again. Here we go. You click here and you click on my picture again. You're going to come right here. Here's where all the stuff is, folks. Here's where all the goodies are. Here's where the quiz is. There's a quiz. There's a 2-minute quiz. If you have not taken that quiz, go take that quiz. It's going to tell you your diabetes management style. The masterclass right here, where I break down this lifestyle medicine formula. Having a peaceful mind, I'm giving you tactics in each of the area. Having an active body, clean eating, and effective sleep. I'm giving you the keys to the castle in all of the areas. You folks have got to just do the work. Because it's your habits and everything that has led you up to this point. It's the habits and the rituals that you've done that have led you up to the point where you are right now. So if you're struggling with a high A1C and you cannot get your numbers down, this is the work you're going to have to do. And this is what I put in the masterclass. It's 45 minutes. It's absolutely free. Give you the prescription in each of those areas. We're just going to go over it again in greater detail. And then finally, this right here. There's a PDF down here, free PDF. But for my folks who are ready for serious change, which a few people are ready for serious change this morning. These people have joined the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. When they've said they've gotten to the point where they are ready to get off they're ready to, if every doctor visit feels like bad news on repeat, then break the cycle with this 14-day challenge. You don't want that bad news on repeat every single time you go to the doctor, like, yo, what's my report, man? You ready to take control of your blood sugar? You should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That's why it's called a blood sugar reset challenge. Now, here's the thing. If you feel your body begging for a reset, then you should go ahead and listen to it. This is the reset that it's been begging for right here. This 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you can talk to your body, it will be begging for a reset. I don't care how long you've had diabetes. This is that reset right here. It's $99 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. But if you use the discount code, the live discount code, save 20 for the next 20 minutes. We'll be on here for 20 minutes. See what I did there? Save 20 minutes. Okay. Use that live discount code for the next 20 minutes. You're joining that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge for $79 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. What is it? It is a blueprint. It says if you follow this blueprint, folks, you follow that blueprint for 14 days, all we're doing is the clean eating. That's all we're focusing on for 14 days. I don't have time. The code is save 20. Save 20. That's the code. That's the discount code. Here's the thing. For 14 days, we don't have time to go over all the other areas. We don't have time to go over all the other areas. Here's what we have time to do. We have time to focus, to hyper focus. We're going to hyper focus for 14 days on nutrition. Eating real, whole, the same stuff that I called out earlier. Real, whole, unprocessed foods. That's what we're eating. You follow the script, you follow the blueprint for 14 days, I guarantee you'll get off of that blood sugar roller coaster. It's guaranteed to get you off. You just got to do the work. I can't make that guarantee unless you do the work. If you say, yeah, Kelley, I showed up every day for 14 days. I showed up, I did the work, and I went super hard for 14 days. You do that, I guarantee you will be off of that roller coaster. The highs, the lows, the ups, the downs, that can't get your numbers stable, your blood sugar is out of control, diabetes out of control. You've gotten to the point where your type 2 diabetes is out of control, and you tried everything all over the years, and nothing has worked, or maybe it did work in the beginning, but it's not working anymore. If that's you, then you should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, where there's a lot of people, over 300 people have joined the challenge. There's a lot of people kicking butt in the challenge. Like real butt. Okay? They're kicking their meds to the curb. Their doctors are taking them off of their medication. These are true stories. In 2 weeks. Let's get to these questions. You want to join that challenge, use that discount code, save 20. 20% off. Live discount code. Let's see if we got any questions. Now it's time to sit down because, last section, honorable mention, and then I'm going to sit down. Substance abuse, folks. Alcohol is not your friend. If you are suffering from insulin resistance, you want to get your number back to a 5.3, which everybody has the ability to do. Substance abuse is going to be a big one. Alcohol is going to be a big one. Going to be a big one. Yep, hungry. Switch from third shift to first shift. Improve my A1C by 4 points. Yeah, 0.4 points. Yeah. The night shift is no joke. It's because you're already going against nature. You're already going against nature. True. He is dealing with cancer also. Yeah, those are tough conditions, man. Wish him all the best. I'm not sure. Okay. Quick Q&A time, folks. What's your questions? What's your answers? What's the code? Save 20. Did that one. Can I drink zero sugar drink sodas? No, you cannot. Well, you can. You can drink whatever you want. You're an adult. But if you're talking about if you're suffering from insulin resistance, and if you're suffering from diabetes, you should not be drinking zero drink sugars. That's all artificial stuff.
Nobody should really be drinking that stuff because it's all artificial stuff. You've got a real body. You've got real cells. Yeah, there is no sugar, so it's not going to raise your blood sugar. It's not going to raise your blood sugar. But what it is going to do is going to raise your insulin and is going to overall destroy your gut. So that is why zero sugars, like zero, Coke Zero, all that stuff, that goes into the crap category. Not the clean eating. When we talked about clean eating, that goes into the crap category. Okay? Carbonated junk, refined sugar, artificial stuff, processed foods, crap. Where do I join? Right here. Click right up here. And then you click on my picture again. So click right here. Click on my picture again. You're going to come here. Yep. This is where you join right here. This is where you sign up for the challenge. It's where you accept the challenge. Right here. All the goodies are there. It's like Disney World, folks. That's why I'm pointing you in the right direction. Everything that if you're suffering from insulin resistance, folks, high blood sugar, this page is where you want to be. I promise you. It's like Disney. It's going to be like Disney World for you. I promise you it is. But here's where you join the challenge right here. 14 days, $99. Join that 14-day challenge. Everything's mapped out for you. The recipes, all that stuff, the blueprint. You just got to show up. You just got to do the work. All the guesswork is taken out of it. I promise you. It's a system. It's a system that many people have used. You just follow the system. If you're suffering from insulin resistance, if you have type 2 diabetes, you just follow the system. That's why I made it that way. It's only for people who have high blood sugar, have high insulin, high blood sugar, all that stuff, erectile dysfunction, PCOS. If you're suffering from any of that, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge because it was designed specifically for you. I designed it because I've been there. That's where it is. $99 to join the 14-day challenge. Use that live discount code for the next 15 minutes. Save 20. Use that discount code, save 20. You're joining the challenge for 20% off. 20% off join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. $79 to join that challenge. I'm sitting down, folks. It's probably why you can't see me. Let's see. Where do I join? Got you. Let's see. Any more? Let's see the questions. Where do we get cookbook? What to cook and how? Well, there's a lot of cookbooks, man. It depends on what you want to eat. Okay. Depends on what you want to eat. Mine, I don't have a cookbook in my program. There's not a cookbook, but there is a blueprint of the food that you're going to eat. We got recipes. I guess you could say that, but simple, easy recipes that are proven to bring your blood sugar down. Those are the recipes. Those are all the recipes are. It's a system. You follow the system, get those results. What do you recommend to drink other than water? Well, you can drink tea. You can drink some flavored water, infused water. You can drink, let's just say if you just really want a soda, you really want something, you can have Olipop. You can have a Poppy. Olipop or Poppy. These are the only ones that if you want, because they have limited amounts of sugar as compared to a Mountain Dew, for instance. A Mountain Dew or even like Coke Zero and all these other, that's all junk. So you want to avoid the carbonated junk as much as you possibly can. But other than water, that's some of the things that you can have. Juice, you don't want to do juice. If you're suffering from insulin resistance, you don't want to do juice. Things like you juice a pineapple, or you juice an orange, or you juice a watermelon. You don't want to juice those because it's going to cause an immediate glucose spike. An immediate. Because you stripped away all the fiber. I didn't know. Okay, not sodas anymore. Yeah, sodas are not great. Neither are zero and diets. Those are terrible. Crystal Light, good with water. No, Crystal Light is not good with water. Crystal Light is an artificial sugar. You want to allulose, monk fruit, stevia. These are the only three that are approved. You want to use something, a sweetener, you want to use allulose, stevia, or monk fruit. You're not going to use Crystal Light. Sparkling water. Yeah, sparkling water is approved. You can't have sparkling water. Yeah, sparkling water is approved. It's good. Zivia, you mean? Your special services? Zivia, you mean stevia. Stevia, not Zivia. Sparkling water, good. No fruits is no good. Well, you can have fruits. You just got to be strategic with the fruit. So if you're suffering, that's a myth, folks. If you're suffering from insulin resistance, you can still have fruit. You just got to be very, 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 very strategic about it. You want to eat it as a dessert. You never want to eat it on an empty stomach or by itself. You always want to pair it with a healthy fat or a healthy protein. Fruit. Propel powder, no, that's going to be a negative. That's all artificial stuff, Tim. That Propel, it's all artificial stuff. I think, yeah, Propel is artificial stuff. Did you say Crystal Light is okay? No, I said Crystal Light is terrible. Okay? Crystal Light is terrible. This is far from okay. The 3 approved sweeteners are stevia, monk fruit, allulose. Stevia, monk fruit, allulose. Why not watermelon? Juicing the watermelon? Because you just stripped away all of the fiber. You stripped away all of the fiber, and all you left was watermelon. Already doesn't have a lot of fiber from the beginning. So if you put it in the juicer, you took away the little fiber that it had, and now you just got nothing but sugar. Yeah, it's natural sugar, but natural sugar is going to spike your blood sugar. Natural sugar is going to spike your blood sugar just like regular sugar is. It doesn't make a difference if it's natural sugar or if it's regular sugar once you strip away the fiber. Quite welcome. Fruit is a dessert, yes. Honey, no, honey's going to be a no-go. If you're suffering from insulin resistance, high blood sugar, stay away from the honey as much as you possibly can. Honey, agave. Like I said, only 3 approved sweeteners are stevia, monk fruit, allulose. Stevia, monk fruit, allulose. It could be, you could say honey is very nutritious. Sure, you could say that. But I don't care how nutritious it is. It's not really that nutritious, to be honest with you. It's going to spike your blood sugar. If you're suffering from insulin resistance, doesn't matter how nutritious it is. The point is, it's spiking the hell out of your blood sugar. And if you're suffering from insulin resistance, the last thing you want is a spike. It's the last thing that you want. Big Armor drinks are okay in moderate. Bio Armor drinks. What the heck's a Bio Armor drink? What's in that? I don't know that. I don't know what that is. They come up with some new stuff every single day. I don't know what Bio Armor is. What about juicing greens? Yes, if you want to juice your vegetables. If you want to juice the vegetables, folks. Do not juice the fruit. So stop juicing your fruit and juice the vegetables instead. Yeah, greens. You can do carrots. You can do, celery. All the other stuff. Just do not juice your fruit. Eat the fruit. You want to eat the fruit. Eat it as a dessert, but do not juice the fruit. Artificial sweeteners spike sugars too. They don't spike the sugar. Artificial sugar, they don't spike your blood sugar. What they do is they spike your insulin levels. They don't, because there's no sugar, but they're spiking your insulin levels. And then they're destroying your gut because it's artificial. Your body loves real stuff. I don't know if you know, but you got a real body. A real body says, I need real food, not artificial stuff. You want to give me some sugar? Give me some real sugar. Don't give me some artificial sugar. Prefer you not have either, okay? But if you do, try to avoid the artificial stuff as much as you possibly can. What does that third one taste like? I can't stand stevia or monk fruit. Allulose is cool too. Allulose is, I use the liquid allulose. I don't know what the powder allulose tastes like, but the liquid allulose is pretty good. Tastes kind of like some agave or something, I guess you could say. But it's called allulose. Can you put the sugar in your bio that we can use? With stevia, monk fruit, allulose. There's already a lot of stuff in my bio as well. So stevia, write these down. Stevia, monk fruit, allulose. Those are the 3. Stevia, monk fruit, allulose. If it's not any of those 3, don't use them. Can you have a little bit of sugar from time to time? Yeah, you have a little bit of sugar from time to time, but you don't need it. Body armor drinks. I don't know. Again, I don't know much about those body armor drinks. Are those artificial? What are those? Are those energy drinks? I don't know what those are, man. It's made with coconut water and lots of B vitamins and other good vitamins. I'd have to look at it and see. I'd have to look at it and see, to be honest with you. How you can really tell is if you use your Yuka app, folks. If you've never downloaded this app, it's called Yuka. Right here, I'm gonna put it up. Yuka. Yuka. You download that app, folks, and you use it as your defense. When you go out into the real world and you start questioning, like, should I eat this food? Should I not? What is this label? I don't know. You scan it with the label, you scan it, and it's going to give your score. It's going to tell you what you're about to eat is some good stuff, or what you're about to eat is some crap. Is it clean eating or is it crap? That's called the Yuka app. Is beet juice okay? Beet juice is more than okay. Beet juice is fantastic, especially for my athletes. Especially for my athletes. If you're an athlete, if you're getting ready to go to work out, like if you're getting ready to go to the gym, you want to use beet juice. Beet juice is going to be your friend. It's going to be your friend, folks. It's going to open up your cells, allow more oxygen to come into your cells. So use beet juice. Use it about, again, 90, the timing is this. It's about 90 minutes to 2 hours before your workout. So let's just say if you're working out at 8 in the morning, at 8, you want to have some beet juice at 6 or 6:30, an hour and a half to 2 hours before your workout. Have some beet juice, about 4 to 6 ounces worth, and watch how you perform in that workout. You're gonna be like, I can't even get tired. I don't even know what it feels like to get tired, because that's how powerful the beet juice is, folks. Okay, so I'll check your bio. I heard that blending dates to use instead of sugar. Is that okay? Yeah, dates are going to be a much better option than, even though dates do have a lot of sugar in them. Yeah, it's going to be a much better option than this plain old regular sugar. All right, I only drink 2 to 3 week to keep me hydrated and energized. You only drink about 2 or 3 what a week to keep you hydrated and energized. All right. What are you drinking? China doll. Powdered beet juice. Yeah, the powdered beet juice is okay too. Prefer you do the real beets, but you can do the powdered beets, the ones, you can do those as well. Those are okay. Prefer you do the real beets though. But here's the thing. Here's where everything is. If you click right up here and you click on my picture again, it is going to take you to my bio right here. Here's where it is. A lot of people are asking, well, how do I get to your bio? Folks, if you're ready for serious change, we're getting ready to get out of here in 5 minutes. If you're ready for serious change, you've gotten to the point where you said change isn't just desired, right? Where it's downright necessary. Because you've abandoned your health for too long. And anything left unattended deteriorates. Anything that you leave unattended deteriorates. What kind of beets? Any kind of beets. Yellow beets, red beets, any kind of beets. Get your hands on some. Preferably the fresher the better, preferably. But if there's other form of beets, some that are kind of like minimally processed, okay. But here's the thing, I'll back to it. Type 2 diabetes, here's the thing. Lifestyle and dietary driven condition. Meaning it was your diet and lifestyle that caused the condition. If it was your diet and lifestyle that caused the condition, it's that very same diet and that very same lifestyle that can get you out of the condition. You're just going to have to reverse engineer it. You're just going to have to do some work. You're just going to have to get outside of your comfort zone. Everybody has the ability to maintain their pace. But here's the thing. If you ignore your health, it will quietly walk away from you. Knowing your health is going to quietly walk away from you. Neglect the silent. Shh. If you neglect your health for many years, doing the work that you know that you got to do, if you neglect it, neglect the silent. Shh. But its consequences are loud. Its consequences are real loud. When you go to that doctor and you get all these reports like I got, diabetes, heart disease, obesity, that's loud. That's a loud consequence. You don't want that, folks. So here's the thing you can do. You can say what you're going to do. Say it out of your mouth. Like, say, listen, this is what I'm going to do. This is what my life is going to be about. You say, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to reverse this condition. I'm going to reverse type 2 diabetes. This is what my life is going to be about. And nothing is going to stop me. Just don't do what you say. Instead, don't just say what you do. Here it is. Don't just say like, listen, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Instead, do what you say. Don't just say what you're going to do. Instead, do what you say. If you say that this is what my life is going to be about, and nothing is going to stop me, then you should do it. What's the 20% code? It's save 20. Save 20 is the 20% code on joining this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Here's another thing you got to ask yourself. What is it? What do you keep saying I want, but I haven't taken action on it yet? What is it that I keep saying that I want? Ask yourself this. What is it? Is it me getting my blood sugar down? Is it me getting off the meds? Is it me finally getting in shape? Is it me finally getting in shape? So what do you keep saying you want, but you haven't taken action on? Just ponder on that question tonight. All night. Just ponder on it. Just, what do I keep saying I'm going to do? But I have taken zero action. None. Maybe a little bit, but nah. If you've gotten to the point where you need to take some action, you keep saying what I'm going to do in the future, you keep saying one day, then make today that day. You keep saying one day I'm going to get myself in shape. One day I'm going to get off of these blood sugar medication. One day I'm going to get off of these blood pressure medication. One day. No. It's not one day. Make someday today. You want to make someday today, you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Where is it? We're going to get out of here. I'm going to show you where it is, and we're going to get out of here. Here it is. It's right here. Click right here. Click that link in my description right here. The quiz, the masterclass, a whole bunch of freebies on there. All right. There is the PDF, and then there's the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge right here. What is it? It is a 14-day blueprint. It is a system that says if you are ready for real change, if you follow this system, it's a blood sugar reset system. If you follow that system, folks, I promise you, this is not like anything you've ever experienced. You are going to get yourself off of the blood sugar roller coaster. You are. You will get yourself off of it, and you will get your life back. The inflammation will go down. Like, you'll start sleeping better. You'll start feeling more energized. But you got to step outside of your comfort zone. Your comfort zone, like I told you, it's a beautiful place. But the only thing that grows there is regret. Damn, I should have did this. I could have did this. I should have did it, but I didn't. You don't want that life. I'm telling you, when you get older, 5-10 years go by and you're on your deathbed, okay? The one thing that you want to say is coulda, shoulda, woulda. Damn, I could have did this. I should have did this, but I didn't. Yeah, I can't go back 20 years. That's the one thing that you cannot get back, folks. You cannot get time back. You can get all the money back, and if you lose your money, you can get the money back. But when it comes to time, you cannot get your time back. Because that's what a lot of people are mad. Like, man, you wasted my time, man. I'll never get that 25 minutes back or whatever. You want to join that challenge? You ready for serious change? You ready to get outside of your comfort zone? Join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Use the discount code SAVE20, SAVE20. You're joining the challenge for $79. Well, we're getting ready to get out of here, folks. We'll be back tomorrow. But like I said, I want y'all to ponder on that thing. That what do I keep saying that I want, but I haven't taken the action towards it? What is it? What is it that you keep saying that you want? Here's the thing, folks. When we're born, we look like our parents. You know, they'd be like, yo, who do you look like, man? You look like your mom, you look like your dad, you look like your aunt, you look like your uncle, you look like somebody in the family. So you look like your parents, basically. When we're born, we look like our parents. But when we die, we look like our choices.